and you guys get to decide anything which happens in our game, so you can throw some crazy stuff at the players as ever. We saw some ridiculous things happen last night. What else was I going to say? I had a thought, but it's gone now, thankfully. So, I was going to run you guys through a bit about what Psi Punk is, and some history of it, because I think it's kind of important to learn the world that we're in before we necessarily jump straight into it. So, like I say, kind of Blade Runner inspired. So, I'll read out these little passages for you guys, for everyone's sake. So, it reads, during World War II, the Nazis conducted mind control experiments in an attempt to discover new methods of programming human beings, focusing on creating the perfect soldier. Despite having lost the war, they made great inroads into the science of mental programming and mind control. Most of this knowledge was captured by Allied forces, but very little was destroyed. 2 decades later, during the Cold War, the Russians began their own research into the paranormal and the supernatural. Utilizing Nazi techniques that were discovered by Russian spies, the Reds succeeded in inducing psychological phenomenon in their test subjects. These subjects began to exhibit mental capabilities beyond that of simple brainwashing. Telekinesis, clairvoyance, astralism, and dowsing are just some of the words used to describe abilities that were born out of these experiments. For generations, various world governments struggled to contain these experiments under a veil of secrecy. The general public could not know that human beings were being experimented on, nor could other superpowers get their hands on the valuable psychic prototypes that were being engineered over time. And so in Psi Punk, we're entering a world which is torn between those who possess psychic abilities, the quote-unquote mentals, and those who don't, the normals. It's a turbulent political climate, and normal people fear psychics, who are still the minority group, but they're growing in power thanks to their unique gifts. And some organizations, such as Magical, are promising to be the saviors of mankind by introducing potent technologies to match the abilities of the mentals. So it's kind of cyborgs versus psychics, in this sort of world. That is pretty cool. A few things about the system itself. It's a pretty simple system, and it runs on the fudge mechanics, the fudge dice mechanics, which I'll throw up on the screen to show you guys an example of a roll here in just a few moments. Let me get this up here. Essentially, you roll 4DFs, which sounds weird, but then when you see it, it actually becomes pretty self-explanatory. So, don't need to escape, we need roll 20 here. And let's see. So, Kaki, explain to us a little bit, because I know you've read into the trait ladder a little bit and the trait tree. So, what are these fudge dice here?
So basically a fudge dice is like your normal 6-sided die, except it has 2 sides that are blank, 2 sides that have a positive sign on them, and 2 sides that have a negative sign on them. And that's all there is to it. And when you roll, you can obviously get one of these 3 results. And the way you read these results is a positive will give you a +1, negative is -1, and blank is just a 0. It's pretty simple. Just like Shadowrun in this system, you roll these die. When you roll them, you either oppose someone or you're trying to hit a difficulty threshold. And basically you just add whatever you get out of the die to your modifiers if you have any, and hope that you do well enough.
Yeah, and as Devour was saying, it's like Shadowrun but without all the crunch, basically, which is good because I want to play Shadowrun, but I don't want to have to play Shadowrun, if that makes sense. So, for example, I'll roll 4DF here. So it's /roll 4DF, and you can roll it and see I rolled 0, 0, 0, and a plus, which is a 1, which is a good roll. And 0 is fair, 1 is good, -1 is poor, and so on and so forth, and we'll explain the trait ladder as we go. But for tonight, we should talk a little bit about the game itself. So, what we are gonna show to you players is I'm going to read out the passage. We're playing brain.net, which is the module in the back of the book, which I thought, hey, why not? We should just play a one which you guys could play yourself, just pick up and play, essentially, which is what we're doing here. So we're kind of showing how easy to pick up and versatile the system is by picking up and play a module here. So it's a hot day, and your group is headed to the local pub for some drinks. You're all excited about the new flavorizer implants that you've recently acquired, which have added taste to your food, something that you'd only previously heard of. Sick of bland nano food and ready to really put your new taste buds to the test, you all agreed to gather at the bar for some drinks and a bit of now flavoured non-food. As you approach the bar, your conversations distracting you from the din of the city, you can't help but take notice when a body comes crashing through the window and lands on the sidewalk at your feet. You barely manage to shield yourself from the shards of glass that try to tear at your face. From inside the building, you hear a cacophony of screams, shouts, and distress calls. It's obvious that someone's crashed your party. So that's the immediate kind of jump in to the hook there. But we should, as you guys are walking along, we should see exactly what you guys look like visually, and get into that a little bit more. So Beth, what does, and if you change your character's name on Rock20 to the display name, I can easily look over there and see what your name is. But Kendra, what does Kendra look like? You're muted though. Drink water.
Not a 24-hour stream, not drinking.
Drink water, it's my plan.
I have tea. I'll drink tea.
Nice. So what does Kendra look like?
Kendra is fairly small. She's very petite, very little. She's got long black hair, and she wears kind of the time period's equivalent of skinny jeans and a vest. She kind of just goes around and she doesn't really care, to be honest. She's fairly nondescript. You wouldn't notice her. You wouldn't pick her out of a crowd, apart from the fact she's really short.
Okay. Mike, what does Richard Malone or Agent Mantis look like?
Yeah, so Agent Mantis, he's quite lanky, kind of tall, definitely has glasses, the full rim glasses. He looks, I wouldn't say mousy, but he doesn't look intimidating, at least as far as his physique goes. As far as what he's wearing, it's probably a black leather bomber jacket and
Nice.
normal-ass jeans and probably some Chucks, something like that.
Alright then. And what does Ben look like?
So Ben's got his hair spike. It's teal color, and at the end of spikes there are square tinfoils attached. He's wearing his sunglasses, even though it's nighttime probably, and he's wearing a trench coat with a t-shirt and shorts under it.
Okay, cool. So Irving, so -4 would be the equivalent of a nat 1, 4 would be equivalent of nat 20. Not really. The table is actually bigger than that because you would then add modifiers to it. But it'll, you know what? It's easier just to play and show you guys. So you guys, we are going to say, I picked out this bit from the book which I liked, is ghost cartels, so it reads, of more importance to the police is organised crime. Century-old organisations such as the Mafia, Yakuza, Triad, and others still exist and continue to silently terrorise the public, even as they gain wealth and power. In addition to these threats, a new breed of organised criminals has arisen, known as ghost cartels. These underground organisations are highly adept at stealing and decrypting data from the world's computer networks. By employee ghosts, people who are capable of psychically projecting their own presence into the net, which is, if you know Shadowrun, kind of the like the net in Shadowrun. They sneak into virtually any computer system and make off with the bounties of information, which they either sell to the highest bidder or release to the public to bring dirty secrets to light. These organisations employ other criminals such as dealers, fixers, and all manner of armed thugs, because it's basically, you know, a big organised crime network. So what I think we're gonna put you guys as is your own little ghost cartel, and you guys are kind of similar to shadow runners, people who are basically doing dangerous things because it's the only way to earn any money outside of being in a massive corporation and destroying your soul by just going to a 9 till 9 job, it's the sort of thing. You decided that this is a way to make some money. This is a way that you want to live your lives, to take a risk and maybe die at the hands of the police. But hey, at least you're resisting the mega corporations. So you guys, as you probably just finished a successful job together, and you're coming back to celebrate at the pub. And as I say, as you're walking down the street, this body comes crashing through a window and lands at the sidewalk just by your feet. And you hear all these shouts and screams begin to start calling out from the building from which the body came from. So, what are you guys doing? Hand it over to you.
Well, Ben would definitely be in cover, like under the table. He's not crawling, but he's crawling.
Gotcha. So you take cover immediately as his body comes in. You don't probably necessarily.
If there's like a waitress or something, I can always move behind him too. But yeah,
that works too. Yeah.
A mobile shield.
Yeah. So you can tell that this guy, just as you kind of dive, and you'll probably just dive next to this guy's body. He's like covered in just blood and broken glass. He's kind of average-looking sort of John Doe in a business suit. He probably has just gotten off work from some heartless corporation. His glasses have been knocked off his head and laid by nearby, and he's got lacerations. He's appeared to be breathing. He doesn't appear to be dead, but he clearly has been knocked out and knocked the fuck out as well.
So he's unconscious right now?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
And
I take my phone out and take a picture.
Nice.
Gold star.
You tweet
Maybe
it
a
out
selfie if it's safe.
Onto the
Yeah.
So this guy's breathing and shit, right? So
yeah.
How he's pretty fucked up, or looks like he could possibly make it?
He's not dead. He's losing a lot of blood.
Okay.
You could attempt to stabilize him essentially if you wanted to, because he doesn't look like he's in the best way at this point. And then we go find the skills list, and so you can roll me a fair medical check. So a medical check, and then we go out to my skills page, because we're new to playing this one, but I think this is pretty simple actually. So let's find the right page. So medical check would come under. Let's have a look. It would come under. Oh, medical is a skill in itself. Awesome. Do you have anything in medical?
I don't have anything in medical, no.
Alright,
but
so
I have knowledge and some stuff like that.
So it's just going to be a fair. So you're just going to roll me 4 DF, and so you rolled a 1, and I might even bring up. It's actually pretty good. I actually bring up a trait ladder just to put on the stream, so you guys can constantly reference it. So it's a good idea. So let's put this here. I'll put it on the stream. So that is a good roll, and because you don't have anything in medical, it stays the same. There's no modifiers whatsoever.
Sure.
So yeah, you managed to stop the bleeding from this guy. So what are you doing to stop the bleeding from him? Do you have any medikits on you, or?
I actually have my fanny pack on, and I pull that out and I pull out some band-aids. I just maybe some bandages that might be in there.
Nice.
Totally like SpongeBob ones, and putting them on as many cuts as I can.
Nice. So there you guys go. You can see that a 0 is fair, 1 is good, 2 is great, and so on. So yeah, you managed to stop this bleeding from him. He's still breathing very heavily, but you're fairly certain he's not going to die from these wounds. Certainly not.
Sure.
Unless he's got some kind of internal bleeding, which you're not dealing with. I mean, you're screwed then. But
well, I'm not screwed. He's screwed.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah, exactly. So yeah, he's He's just unconscious on the floor as you guys are kind of taking cover. But there appears to be a lot of shouting coming from the other side of the bar just as you walk in, and there seems to be a lot of commotion going in there, kind of just out the bar. It's dimly lit as you just walk in, and your this body comes through. Dimly lit, it's filled with smoke, like most of those that you're familiar with. It would feel crowded with people, but most of the patrons are now hiding beneath tables behind a bar and anywhere else they can find to stay out of sight. A few are screaming loudly while others are in the comm devices attempting to call the police. You see a lone man carving a path through the room, raving about something completely incomprehensible. He's throwing bottles, chairs, pool sticks, darts, and anything else he could get his hands on. You suspect at least one of these things was the guy lying in the street. So he appears to be just kind of running his hands through his hair, just grabbing like these cue balls and throwing everything around. He appears to be going kind of insane. Everyone's just taking cover as if he's just knocked a guy out and thrown him across the room. So clearly he's got quite a lot of strength to him.
Is there a back door that we can see in this bar, or anywhere that would look like it would lead to?
It would be behind the bar. You see.
I would like to nonchalantly approach and use said back door behind the bar.
All right then. So yeah, you can hop over the bar without getting too close to this guy, because he has a kind of crazy kind of zigzagging path. But you can jump over the bar behind the where the alcohol is. One of the waitresses says "Oi," but she's like too scared because she's actually hiding behind this table to actually go and stop you. So you can come out into the kind of back door area where people would like smoke and stuff like that.
Yeah, I do a dignified crawl through, to the back door and try to
Can
reach
crawling
up and
be dignified?
open it. Well, I mean,
He makes it work.
I haven't been in the military, but I'm pretty sure this is how a soldier would do it.
Okay.
Commando crawling.
A tactical crawl.
Yep.
I'm whimpering to throw them off.
Perfect.
And yeah, reach up and try to open the door, and basically, I'm bailing on this situation.
You guys see him crawling out, and I mean, would they know that Ben does this commonly? Like he's.
Oh
not,
yeah, Ben's a coward. He doesn't like being in this sort of situation.
I imagine it's the case where both Kendra and Richard are the ones that have to get Ben to work, because once he gets working, he's great.
Yeah.
But you kind of have to kick his ass into gear to make him
Yep.
actually get working. So you see him starting to crawl off and attempt to like escape away. He's doing his classic, quote-unquote, dignified crawl, which you guys really call a coward's crawl.
As I see him like going towards the door, I am going to use my telekinesis and just kind of flick my wrist and unlock the door and kind of push it open a bit so we can actually just crawl out, because I'm far too tired. It's been a long day for Kendra, and she just wants a drink, and if he's gonna run away, he can.
That's what I call teamwork.
Yep. Team cowardice.
He could go hide in the smoking shelter as long as he likes, as long as I get my drink.
Actually,
Malone has different ideas about this. Malone's gonna call him a coward communist, classic red move, because he's a fanatic patriot. Tell him to find his balls and get the fuck back in the bar.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, if I can make it outside, I'm gonna run to my van, which is probably actually parked in the back there, because I saw this coming.
Yeah, of course. You're always prepared for this. So you can manage to like run outside, get back to the van, get safely back in the van, and you're safe when you're back in the van. But Kendra, as you are over by the bar, you're basically gonna run into the crazy guy's coming towards you essentially, and he's just going across the bar, and he's just.
I'm just gonna make him fly.
All right then. So, what skill are you doing there? So let's explain to everyone.
Telekinesis.
Okay then. So you're gonna roll 4 DFs for this, I believe. The psychic abilities is something I haven't had time to read properly through. So if I'm doing things wrong.
2.
All right. So on a 2, which we can see on the chart, is a great success. So you can send this guy flying up all the way to the ceiling, and you can probably just knock him out.
I'm just gonna
by hitting
hold
the
him.
ceiling, or you
I'm
can
just
him
gonna
up
hold him there.
there. So he's just
and-
babbling and throwing things
Yeah.
and kicking things.
And I'm just gonna look up at him, and I'm just like, calm the fuck down, and then just kind of do that with my hand and then just throw him across the room.
All you're getting is kind of babbling from this guy. As you throw him across the room, he's like slams up against the wall, he's kind of just leaning backwards against the wall, knocked out, and his rage is finally kind of at an end for the moment.
And then I just kind of look at the whimpering barmaid. It's like, now can I have a drink, please?
Yeah, everyone's kind of treating you like everyone's pretty scared of the fact you used psychic powers in front of everyone, because it's still pretty like taboo to do that. People are scared of.
I saved the whole bar. I mean,
of mentals.
He could have killed everyone. I saved them. They'll be grateful eventually.
Maybe eventually they will, but they're pretty scared at this point, and they're calling the police to get this guy. So no one's really on the mind to get this guy a drink.
Actually, in the van, I'm jamming all the calls.
Ah, really? So
No one's calling the police.
Is there?
We're not having Big Brother show up.
All right then. Well, let's have a roll for that then. To see if we can jam comms in a radius. You're kind of. I like that.
While that's happening, I want to convince the barmaid that we should have some free drinks because of our heavy tender here who handled the situation.
Okay. So what do you say to her?
I just say free drinks on the house, and I because I have mind control, I'd like to persuade her.
Yeah, do that. Go
Forcefully.
I love this game.
Yeah. So she's at first like very fearful, and then she just like nods, and then she goes and gets you drinks. So Kaki, give me that roll as well.
So yeah, I was gonna use my technical skill, which I have a superb skill level in it.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I mean, so I believe that's a +3, right?
I think it's a +3 if you're superb in something, yeah.
All right.
So you rolled a 5, which is a phenomenal success. So you can.
No, actually, it's a 2.
Oh, it's a 2.
I added
you
my
added it in
+3.
there,
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah, so 2. It's a great success nonetheless. And you managed to jam the comms throughout this kind of little block that you're in, and make sure that no one's calling the police or using the nets to transfer any data across. So for the most part, everyone's in the bar like frantically trying to call people, and then when that's not working, then people are just like running and leaving because they don't want to be here when this guy wakes up essentially.
Yeah, but I mean, I can recognize a plan to get us killed.
Yeah.
So,
Of course.
I don't want him calling backup.
Yeah. The barkeeper, after a few minutes of this, he approaches you. He's got a little tuft of hair and a little scar on his right temple. And as you kind of the two of you guys are in the bar, he says, "Don't know what went wrong here, but so I made that guy snap. Thanks for coming in when you did."
Oh, it's no problem, it's just Tuesday.
I appreciate you guys handling the situation with such practicality. As he looks at Kendra.
If you've got it, you might as well flaunt it. I mean...
Yeah, we're pretty great.
I see. He says, ordinarily, I wouldn't ask patients to do me no favours, but I've got a job for you if you're up for it. This guy, he was a regular, he was here all the time. Normal guy, and then suddenly today he just snaps. That's kind of weird, right?
Probably down to drugs or something. He does that to people.
So that's not the first time I've heard this happen recently, though. Like, my daughter, a few nights ago, she flipped out and she was hauled off by a couple of government drones. I can't have any contact with her. I don't know what's happened, and all I know is this guy's gone nuts the same way that she did. I think something's not right here.
Did they know each other at all, like outside of he's one of your regulars?
No. She was no. They didn't know each other certainly. It's just happen to know both of them. But we got these new flavorizers a few days ago down at the chip stop. And you guys would know that these flavorizers are kind of all the rage because you know, getting to actually taste food rather than having this dreadful nano food that you usually have to have is like a ridiculously big thing for like the 99% of people who can't afford to have real food. And so everyone's talking about the new flavorizer chips at the moment. And so he's like, this guy's been talking all day about how great it was, and what the food tastes like. So I assume he's just got one as well, and he pointed to the lunatic guy. Now, I don't know if that means nothing, but it sure seems fishy to me. I just hope that we're not all going to wind up at the funny farm because of these things. Because, you know, they're new, so you know what chips are like. Sometimes when they're new, they get malfunctions and stuff, and who fucking trusts the government anyway, you know?
Well, what city are we in?
You're in, well, you're on, like, Earth, basically, you're on, like, Terra. But you're in one of these gigantic, like, slums, kind of districts, somewhere in, what used to be kind of America. Well, I guess you're probably somewhere in North America, in one of these big cities. It doesn't really matter which city in particular.
Unless like one of us is from said city and we know more about it. You can be
from there, but it doesn't matter what it's called, does it? It's like a mega cities, you know, they're not like the cities that we're used to, because like the Earth is cities at this point.
Yeah.
You might be from one of these districts, that's fine.
Haven't we just got the flavorizers too?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
I was looking forward to tasting gravy.
Yeah. I mean, I was really looking forward to that next bacon sandwich, and I could actually taste the bacon.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's been great, and like I said, this guy's been talking about it the whole time, and then suddenly just flip out like this. I mean, the dude's just a 9 till 9 kind of guy, you know.
It can't happen to us. Bad things never happen to us.
Yeah, well, what if we all suddenly start flipping out and going wild? Well, it's all some kind of crazy drug farm thing from the government to like control us. I mean, I don't know. I think it's worth looking into.
If it was to control us, it wouldn't be making us go psycho.
Well, how do you know that?
Because that's a little bit counterproductive.
Oh, if it's just to kill a bunch of people, I don't know. Neither do you. I think it's worth.
Are you suggesting genocide?
I
Why
think
not? They've
just
done worse.
touche. I think to be safe, we should avoid using the flavour thingies.
Well, yeah, but I want us looking into. I mean, I'm happy to pay you guys to look into this. I had to pay some ships to
How
look
much?
into this because I mean I'll give you what little I have from the register, and it's for the purposes of this game, it's a good amount of wealth, which is a +1 amount of wealth, which is, you know, good. It's X amount of arbitrary currency because we're in a one shot.
Of credits, just generic credits.
Yeah. Credits will be fine.
It's enough credits to last us through this one shot.
Exactly, the perfect amount.
Yep. Yeah, no, I'm in for it. Malone's down.
Nice. He says, yeah, great. Well, like I say, I'd advise you going down to the chip stop. I mean, it might even be worth looking on this guy's, you know, person, see if there's any info about it on him. But be discreet, because, you know, stealing is illegal.
I just kind of giggle slightly. It's like, yeah, legal. And I stroll over to the body
Alright then.
of this unconscious person.
Indeed. He's completely knocked out for the moment. He's not he's breathing. But he's not getting up anytime
That's
soon.
good. I want to look for like the equivalent of a wallet. I'm guessing it'd be like some kind of data pad type thing with credits and stuff and and receipts, and I want to see if I can find anything to do with the flavor flavorizer, or whatever it's
Flavorizer,
called.
yeah.
And
Yep.
anything he's purchased that might be a little bit suspicious.
So you're looking for his wallet. It's all pretty normal stuff, but you do come across a receipt which is for a flavorizer implant, which was dated yesterday. The name of the local cyber shop, Chip Stop, is printed on the ticket. And Chip Stops are kind of franchises. They're everywhere. You can get. You guys would have all been to Chip Stops in the past to get different implants, and so it's common knowledge that these are kind of fast and dirty ways to get implants.
Whereabouts do the implants sit? I mean, are they subdermal or are they just kind of?
It depends on the implant.
Where does the flavorizer sit?
We'll say it
Would
goes,
I be able to touch it?
Sure, yeah, we'll say it's probably like, we'll say it's in your tongue. It's an implant in your tongue.
Okay.
So you can get your taste buds back.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I want to I want to touch his
I want to touch my flavorizer.
flavorizer.
I want to touch your flavorizer implant. Okay,
Ooh,
so
girl.
And use my psychometry and see if I can find anything suspicious.
alright then. Give me that look. Thanks so much to FK Frags, who donates £15. Oh my lord, that's a lot of money, my
Wow.
friend. Thanks so much. What would you like to happen? Because you can, of course, influence our game with donations. You can go down below. You could give players nat 1s, nat 20s, wild magic surges, magic items, all bunch of stuff. So if you want to affect our game, then please do. But thank you very much, my friend. Hopefully some give you that gold there. Bit of you frags.
I got 0, but it's focus and I have a +2 in focus.
Okay then. So yeah, you cannot sense anything wrong with this whatsoever. But then, if you probably assume if it were a government manufactured like trick or some kind of, if there were something wrong with it, like the government had made it, it would be way above your pay grade to be able to find out just by touching it. You'd have to like rip it out, go atom to atom part of it, and probably have some serious engineers have a look at it, because this is technology which you wouldn't be necessarily like used to analyzing, because you're like you're a normie, you know, you don't get access to the technology like.
Because with psychometry, I get an idea of the history of an object by touching it.
You would get you'd basically
like where it was manufactured or anything like that.
Yep, it would have been in a big
Stored.
big old factory.
Generic.
Generic, like millions of these things are printed out.
Yeah.
Because the whole population has them. And then you'd have, yeah, and then again you'd probably get the psychometry of it being at the chip stop, it being shipped off to this particular chip stop nearby, and then being implanted into him. Just kind of like nail gunned into his tongue.
Yeah, I just kind of flinched and I was just like,
Yeah.
ah. So reliving when I have mine, I was like, nope, not any better. Okay, well that was really uneventful. I just kind of stand up and I just like, not got a clue.
But KW Frags give Mike a nat 20. So
Sweet. I'll have to remember that.
yeah, don't forget, write it down somewhere. So yeah, other than that, his wallet is pretty normal stuff. Like he's got like a picture of his wife and kids. He's got like an ID card to get into his place of work. So yeah.
Can I give these guys a call right now?
Yeah. So you get a call on you guys' augmented like data pads.
Sure. Yeah, Ben, what's up?
Who is this?
It's Malone.
How do I
I
know
roll
it's
my
you?
eyes.
Oh, for God's sake.
Tell me what
Get
you
the
did
fuck
in the
in here.
shower. Oh, all right. Is everything safe?
Yeah, it's just peachy. Get the fuck in.
All right. I'll be right in. Don't worry, the cops aren't coming. And then
Sweet.
I saunter back in, and I look at them like bent over the body. I'm like, what are you guys doing? That guy could be diseased. We don't know what's wrong with him. Get away from him. Have you guys
Right
heard
now
of germs?
he's unconscious. He's fine.
He's just taking a little nap, thanks to Kendra.
Yeah, I mean, he just kind of flew. He's fine.
He threw himself into that wall real hard.
Yeah, like at ceiling level. It was really impressive. I turned to the barman and say, "Have you got anything of your daughter's? I mean, something that she's had with her recently since she got the chip implanted?"
I mean, it happened. We got them yesterday, so I don't think so. Not in particular. I mean, why?
Just covering all bases, really. I mean, if there's anything in common between anything she had and what this guy's got, I mean, there's gonna be some kind of common ground that we can find, surely.
Hold on.
I don't know. The government, they took everything of hers. So you know what it's like when they take someone. Hopefully, I'll get her back soon with all her possessions, but everything has been seized. They don't let any loose holes through. I imagine if this is some kind of conspiracy, if this is a thing.
They're gonna do everything they can to cover it up.
Exactly.
Were these boys from the local precinct, or were they out-of-towners?
Are you referring to the lunatic guy or
The police.
the police? Okay. Yeah, he says.
Do they look like locals or feds?
Yeah, he said. Feds.
Feds. Okay. Well, bobbing me's fun, but we'll see what we can do. Start walking out.
Yeah. Okay.
Hold on. I guess at this point I figure out.
Oh,
that
I just
looking
turned
into
to Ben
this.
and I'm just like, oh, we got a job.
You mean you're not just interested in this?
No,
Guy.
I was touching his tongue for a reason. Funnily enough, I don't make a habit of doing that.
Touch my tongue.
All right.
You panic.
I like to scan the guy using my electrokinesis for any electronics he might have,
Oh, okay.
which I guess his implant would be one of them.
Yeah, his implant's one. Go ahead and. I mean, you probably don't even need to roll for this because you simply can. You're not under any pressure.
Yeah,
to
it's
do
just
it.
something I can do, my psychic powers actually allow me to communicate with devices. So I would like to basically see if I can get any data about his implant from it.
Okay.
He's
So.
unconscious, though.
So yeah. I mean, you get similar information in that. It's kind of like a standard kind of. You get the chip number, which is like a 10 number.
Do I know what flavor it was on?
Yeah, it was on beer. Because he'd been drinking a beer.
Okay.
And other than that, I mean, the technology itself, it seems like kind of standard circuitry and stuff like that. Maybe you don't check out any like defaults or any like obvious bugs in this being like, oh, this is clearly a faulty implant. Because you've just seen a few like obviously faulty implants. One's done on street corners by people who can't really do them, that sort of thing. This seems like a legitimate kind of clean, well done one.
As clean as you can get in chip stop.
Exactly, yeah. And yeah, again, it would have a serial number marking it to be from the local chip stop if you looked it up in your like data pad.
Does he have any other electronics on him?
He'd have his like data pad on him.
Okay, I take that for later.
Okay, for reasons.
For reasons.
And Kendra's just like, and you guys called me the kleptomaniac. I mean, and she like gestures over to him stealing this poor unconscious guy's data pad.
Hey, I'm just trying to get to know a
To be
guy.
fair, Beth, you did knock him out.
Who deserved it?
I don't know if it's describing as a poor
I didn't steal
unconscious
his
man.
shit though, and I'm the bloody kleptomaniac.
I don't know if that's fair. But be that as it may, you guys.
I do take out hand sanitizer and sanitize my hands after.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we should call an ambulance for these two. Talk about the guy out front and this guy.
I don't think the phones are working right now. We gotta make the call from the van. Nothing. It wasn't me.
It's a terrible liar. You.
What if
Likely
something
story.
went terribly wrong and we needed to get in contact with you?
Oh, our comms still work. It's
Sorry,
fine.
you've got a
Okay.
secure line.
Okay.
Yeah, we got.
That's all that matters.
So yeah, you head back to the van. You know where the local chip stop is. You know where probably like a bunch of places are if you're looking for one in particular. So whereabouts are you guys headed to?
What kind of time of day is it? Is it like past closing time for all the shops and stuff?
No, it'll be early afternoon. Just finish the job.
In that case, I think I'd kind of suggest heading to the local chip stop where this guy's chip was inserted.
Right, we have the receipt, so we know exactly where to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go to that shop.
Okay, so you head down to the local chip stop. That guys are right in chat. It's confusing for us English because we have chip shops and chip stops, which now is
And it took me a couple of seconds to realise what precinct was. It was like,
you can
yeah,
go down the
American thing.
Go down to the chip shop. Get some fish and chips and an implant. That's right, frags. You come to the little chip stop, which is a small little chain, and they obviously specialise in minor implants. They don't do any like limb replacements or cybernetics or shit like that. You have to go to a higher up kind of class for this. As you come into the storefront, there's a waiting room. It's a bit like a doctor's office really, with people from every background there. A lot of them are just on their tablets, and by the way, background noise, mute yourself. It's painful noise.
Sorry.
Most of them is okay. Happy New Year, by the way. Most of them are just on tablets, like playing and stuff. There are a bunch of them leaving like the offices where they come out, like with smiling faces. They've got these nano filled like lollipops, and they can actually taste them for the first time. Like you get at a doctor's office, like, oh, here you go, as a kid, like you've done so well, you get a lollipop, and they're all like smiling because they could actually taste it for the first time. These lollipops that they've just been sucking on before for just like nutritional gain, basically. It's like, I have sugar now, but sugar doesn't taste of anything. But now I can work for longer. Yay!
Sounds like an old 70s commercial.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
What have they been sucking on, Will?
Is there like a
Very
reception or anything?
Yeah, there is a
a receptionist we can go and talk to.
There is indeed. Yeah, there's a front desk and there's a harried-looking woman. There's a bunch of commotion around the office, and she's being very busy trying to spin all of these plates at the same time, basically. But as you approach, she looks up and just glances up at the three of you. Says, "Name?"
Is that actually? I'm here for a friend. I get the receipt out. It's like he got this implanted here the other day, and he said it's not quite working properly. Is there someone we could talk to about it?
She says, "Yeah, sure. Just name first and last, please."
My name is Kendra Filch.
And looks the other two.
Oh, it looks. Oh, she's looking at us. Yeah, Richard Malone.
Ben over.
She. Oh, and she looks your name, realizing you're not being lewd, and then she kind of looks down this list on her data pad. She says, "No appointment record. We're booked this week. If you come back early next week, we may be able to squeeze you in, or you can access our scheduler on the net. Thanks."
Before she even stops, now it's fine, and I do the Jedi mind trick.
All right then.
And I forgot to add my focus last time. I actually have a pretty good focus.
Nice. So a 3,
So 3.
which is a superb result.
Sweet.
Excellent. So she says, okay. And then she like looks down her scheduler and she see her like cross out a bunch of people's names on the data pad that she doesn't need. And then she's like, you can go in and see management now.
Thanks.
And
Thank you.
yeah, with the chip doc himself, and she kind of motions to the door where people have been coming out of. You can go and use. So you're one of these nurses kind of lets you in as you open the door. As a kind of surly-looking nurse. She's been overworked and underpaid, clearly, but isn't that life for all of us?
I know those feels.
She leads you into the office. You catch glimpses of this chrome machinery in several rooms, each occupied by another patient. It's kind of a long corridor filled with these different rooms, where people are getting different implants kind of like stamped into them. Business is certainly booming with these flavorizer implants. The nurse leads you into a room and asks you to take a seat. He'll be with you momentarily, she says. and she hastens back towards the waiting area to call the next patient. You're only here for in here for a few minutes of the crow machinery before the chip doc himself enters. One of the many chip docs that they've got working in this chip stop, and yeah, he's just been down to the chip shop, and he's a kind of similarly worn down to the bone looking kind of guy, and he probably about 50 or so years old, but he probably looks about 70, wearing these kind of doctor's overalls, and he says he looks confused at the three of you. He kind of frowns at the three of you, and then like he checks his like data pad. It's like you're not scheduled in here. You're not. Sorry, there seems to have been some confusion.
No, everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah, he's like, I've got an appointment with one of my regular clients now.
Oh,
Yeah,
we were told that you had a few moments. Everything's been shuffled around slightly. Your next patient's running a couple of minutes late. We told we could have the chance to talk to you.
Roll me a like a persuade roll. And the persuade roll, I'm gonna grab this up here and let's see what will come underneath. It'll come under persona. So whatever you have in persona you can add to this.
Nothing.
Alright, no persona.
But I got a
minus
Negative
2.
2.
So yeah, that is a poor result. And he
Yeah,
says
figured.
he says, sorry, I don't do rescheduling like this, and then he turns to leave essentially.
No, he doesn't.
Come back here.
I instantly probe his mind.
Hello.
And I'll even use alter memory
Uh-huh.
and tell him that he forgot. Just to make him seem like he forgot the change itself.
Don't even ask for consent.
Oh, wow.
I don't need to.
Okay, so give me that.
You
It's
can
a
make them
1.
think they consented.
Yeah,
So,
I can
wow.
make him say that he consents.
Not okay.
Oh, this just got very dodgy very
Not
quickly.
okay. So it's a good result, and so you know that this effect isn't going to last for long, but you do have a few minutes where he has forgotten about this, and so he just stops and you're like, this is the sort of thing where he's walked into a room and he's forgotten why he's walked into the room, sort of thing, and so he just turns back and looks
Sure.
at you and says, where were we?
I just look at Kendra.
I
You have
step
the receipt.
towards him and show him the receipt, and I'm just like, if something was to go wrong with one of the flavorizer implants, what kind of effects would it have?
What kind of side effects are we talking about here? What do you mean, what effect would it have?
What kind of psychological side effects could something like this cause if it were to go wrong?
Well, I believe side effects include becoming irrationally violent and potentially attacking friends, co-workers, even random strangers if possible. These things are tested, but it is possible. As with any implant.
Has this been disclosed? Do you disclose this to everybody that you sell these to and implant them into?
It's all in the small print.
Okay. Yeah.
How many people read the small print?
He throws his hands up. Thank you so much to We Bad at Games for following. Welcome, my friend. Simply Adventure, you are a gentleman and a scholar, sir. If you guys haven't followed, do hit that follow button and join us today. Yeah, he says, I doubt anyone has the time in their lives to read the small print. But they know what they're signing up for. Implants are implants.
Does he have a chip implant himself?
Oh yeah, plenty. I mean, most people will have.
Flavor one?
You wouldn't be able to like tell just from looking at him.
Oh, are you sure, Will? I can talk to them.
If you can open up his mouth to see his tongue, then maybe you could.
No, I mean, I can just talk to the electronics.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
and-
no, in fact, yeah, you can probably just you can see that he has one.
Yeah, while this conversation is going on, I'm having a different conversation.
Yeah.
What
It's time.
flavor is it on?
He last ate a cheese sandwich.
All right, good to know.
Yeah. Good
That's
info.
enough.
It's all good intel.
Can you get like the batch number?
Yeah,
Yeah,
of course.
you get the serial number.
I ask him what batch it is. Although what I'm really wondering is if it was grilled cheese.
Really moving the plot forward there.
Yeah. It wasn't. He says, yeah, you get to get the like the batch number from it. Are you asking the dude that, or are you just trying to get that from the thing yourself?
Oh,
Just-
I don't talk to people. I talk to implants.
Okay. So, yeah.
Cause
Go ahead, Beth.
yeah, I'm thinking batch number. It might just be a dodgy batch. I mean, if they've all come from the same batch, then
He says, the user of this receipt, did he experience any side effects?
he yes, but he has things have settled down. He's feeling much better. He's just asked us to come and ask a couple of questions, make sure it was all written down for him.
Well, you best be careful who you ask. It's not. Well, it's common knowledge that the megacorps don't like people poking around where they shouldn't. So I'd be careful.
Yeah, we're fine.
Do you have like a copy of his batch number, just so we can let him know the batch number that his implant was from?
I do, although you didn't hear this from me. And he looks up on his datapad. Yeah, it's kind of a nearby holding facility in a warehouse district, which is Warehouse 9 is where the batch came from. I mean, there are millions of these things printed there, so I mean, it's like finding a needle in a haystack. But Warehouse 9, as far as I know, is a huge complex of warehouses.
Can I have a moment with my friends? We'll be back in just a second. And I turn around to the other guys. And I'm just like, do you reckon you could get him to give us a list of everyone else who's had implants from this batch?
Yep.
Mr. Mind Games?
Yeah, this is no problem.
I mean, I could always.
And I
get
say
his
that,
computer to-
yeah. I say it quietly so Chipdog can't hear.
So I kind of like nod real quick and then turn around and do the old Jedi mind trick again and ask for all people that have this this chip installed.
All right then.
He wants a list. He wants all records.
Yep. All right. See
So
if
let
you
me.
can- see what he gets.
Oh.
Yeah, so on a 4, which is a wonderful result. He's like, of course, yes, I can get it to you now. And he lists you over like 20 like terabytes worth of information. It's like just like chunks of information thrown at you. It's like 1,010,000 usernames kind of like pop up and just like the names of them basically.
Great.
Yeah.
Also,
I take that. I give it
we
to
give
Ben.
this to the tech guy.
Yep.
Well,
Then
Put it on my new compound thing.
Yep.
And I looked at those two and are we done here?
I think we are. You've been ever so helpful, Mister. What was your name again?
Watkins.
Saying that to the doctor, Watkins. It was lovely to meet you. Thank you for all your help. And I just turn around and leave.
And I'll try to be the last one out the door, and I just kind of like, you don't remember anything. Oh shit, I got a 0. I was trying to use alter memory to make him say that to
yeah.
erase this from his mind.
Again, it's gonna be the sort of thing where he, well, on a fair, like he kind of jumps out of like the previous one, and so he's like very foggy kind of memory right now, and so he's like, I don't know why I'm speaking to you about this. You should leave.
Okay. Just walk out. That's great that he doesn't remember. So
Yeah, for now.
mission
at least.
accomplished.
At least for now. So yeah, you guys head out back to the van, back through the waiting offices in the van, and yeah, what are you up to from the van? I mean, you've got plenty of leads. To follow.
I'm thinking go back to the pub and speak to the barman, see if we can get his daughter's name.
All right. It's not a bad idea. You can
That's
see
better
this
than I was
from
gonna
Warehouse
say.
9.
Because if her chip was from the same batch, if she's on that list of people, then it might narrow it down slightly. It might just be down to a dodgy batch or a purposefully dodgy batch.
I can do some reconnaissance at warehouse 9 as well.
Yep.
You guys,
Sure.
actually, I can take you guys along. I think I can project all of us into the net, depending on how well I roll.
Net predictions, yeah. So where are we going first? Then we're going back to the bar first.
Yeah, let's go
Yeah.
figure out if
Okay.
there's a connection there.
Sure. So yeah, you head back to the bar, come back to the bartender. He's cleaning up the mess essentially at this point. All the staff are cleaning up. Things are starting to return somewhat to their former state, but there's clearly a lot of repair costs involved here. Alright, back so soon?
We're good at our jobs, and I was like, "Do you need a hand with the clearing up and
No,
stuff?"
no. You look
I
into
click
this.
my fingers on one of the tables, kind of shuffles back to where it's meant to be.
Yeah, you
That's
shouldn't
handy.
do that around
Show
here.
off.
It's alright. Quick question. What's your daughter's name?
Irene.
Irene.
Tana.
I look at bed. Is her name on the list?
I searched through the list.
Sure, there's about 27 Irene Tanas on this list.
Does the
Okay.
list have pictures?
Nah, just names.
Damn it.
Does the list have any other personal information such as age,
Yeah.
date of birth, or address?
Yep, age, date of birth.
How
Yeah,
old
that's-
is your daughter?
You nail it down to
Yeah.
whether or not she's on this list. She's not on this list.
Oh, for God's sake.
He says, is that good or what's his list?
Where did she get her implant?
She got it from the chip stop, but you know they get all these different batches in. The amount of people going in there at the moment, these different chip stops. If it's
So it's
from
not bad.
like a shipment you're looking for, I think you know they could be from several different ones. But if they're not from the same batch, that means that it's not like well, you were saying a faulty batch.
It was possible, but as they're not from the same batch, then it is currently highly unlikely.
It makes sense. The corporations are always trying to control us. I told you yesterday there was something wrong with that suit we had.
I just roll my eyes and I'm just like,
Here
no,
goes again.
not even gonna go there. I mean, I've done
It-
this
I
so
had
Or his
my- I had
communist
my-
rhetoric.
I had it set on chicken and it tasted like broccoli.
maybe
would you
it
know?
was chicken and
How would you
broccoli.
know?
How is it?
Exactly. How would you know? That's how they
Yeah.
get into your mind, man.
Why does everything taste like chicken, man?
I
Why does
think we're in the
everything taste
Matrix,
like
and I think we're in the Matrix, and it's just kind of like they ran out of flavors, so just chicken.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
why
makes
everything
too
now
much
will
sense
taste like
to this.
chicken, right? I mean, 'cause we're-
Yeah.
Actually,
Makes sense.
Uh,
Yeah. So he says, sorry, lad. You got any other ideas?
Now we have kind of
I guess that's worse.
the information that's been sent over. Is there any way of backtracing that into their system without being there? Backtracing the transfer into their system.
Trying to break
Yeah.
into government systems. I mean,
Trying to
we're
break
talking-
into chip stop systems.
basically the same thing there. You're just.
I'm
breaking the law. I
talking.
mean, you'd be taken away for that. You'd never be seen if they caught you.
Yeah, they're
piece
not
of
likely
cake.
to catch us.
We're fine.
We'll be
Bad
fine.
things don't happen to us. I'm thinking more along the lines of backpedaling rather than breaking into. I mean, the path's open. It's just a matter of following it.
Well, if we could find a person in a high enough position that they have access to the systems, and we have our friend Mantis here get his security information, then we could do that without, having to hack. But
Nothing's
why
easy.
why go through all the trouble? We could just hack into it.
Yeah, I mean, even if it's just Dr. whatever his face's system, I mean, if she's one of his patients as well, that's another possible link.
I mean, but we've, and then he like gets up his data pad and he goes onto like the net to like show you like basically Psi Twitter, and then he says, look, I've been looking into this a little bit, and there's look, some of these cases, and that's not other side of the world. This isn't Asia. They've had these implants in. He's showing you a bunch of like different tweets and a few headlines and stuff like that. Most of it, it's not like blasting the news or anything like that, but there's like a few like odd local story about lots of bar fights and lots of criminal activity that usually wouldn't be the norm. And he's like, look, this old guy here in Japan. He ended up, punching his dog. I mean, funny, right? Yeah, a pretty good story, but at the same time, like, why would that happen, So clearly it's not localized.
Then if it's not localized, how do you expect us to fix it?
He says, well, you could, I don't know.
But I don't think he's asking us to fix it. I think he's just asking us to get his daughter.
Exactly.
So we'll just get his daughter, remove the chip, and then collect our reward.
But if it is a chemical thing and they are essentially drugging people, removing the chip isn't going to do anything because the drugs are already going to be in our system.
Well, you can.
I'm sorry for the.
No,
you
just
can
go
get
for a
drugged
jog,
out
you gotta
of the
sweat it
system.
out, you'll be fine.
Yeah, drugs aren't permanent. They don't stay in the body forever. Toxins will leave the body, right?
But they can cause permanent damage to the body.
Sure.
Yeah, more implants though.
Which defeats the whole point because one of the main side effects of implants is going
figure out.
He puts up his hands. He's like, listen, I don't want you to break out my daughter from any government cell or anything. It's just suicide. There's no way you could ever do that.
We've done worse.
That's a good
I
challenge.
don't want you to. I mean, like you would know, like it's impossible. It's like breaking into like Azkaban sort of thing. No
or
one.
breaking out of Azkaban. It's not like anyone ever did that. Will.
Even though you guys are cool, you're cool, but you're like shit stains on the boot of the government, basically. You have no power. Like even though like you've got some amount of power, like you have to conform in your life. Like whilst you can be a bit rebellious and compared to other people, like at the end of the day, you are powerless to stop like mega corporations from just if one decided to like just crush you, then it's just a click of a finger and you're dead, basically. So you're constantly on the edge of like trying to not conform, but having to just to simply stay alive.
Basically, we're rebellious teenagers that don't want to listen to mum and dad.
Exactly.
But no, we kind of have to, or we're going to get grounded and won't be able to go to that party at the weekend.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
Emo hair flip.
So yeah,
Yep.
breaking into a cell would be like, oh god, that is a stupid idea. Like you guys as risk assessors, because that's basically what you have to be as kind of runners. You would know, like you'd never fucking take a job to like try and break someone out of a government cell unless it was like the best paid job you could ever find. But like finding out some information about these implants, I mean, which is beneficial to you as well because you have these implants in you, and if you can find a way to stop them from making you guys go insane as well, it's more of the idea.
Oh, I think I already turned off my implant, by the way.
Yeah, I would have turned mine off the second anything went wrong.
Yeah, still in there.
And
unless you want to rip out your tongue.
I tell, I paid for it. I'm not taking it out.
Yeah.
Oh, we're just gonna get a software patch,
Yeah, which I'll be able to patch myself. But we could hit the net and see what we can find around.
Light bulb. What was?
What was that? That was very odd.
Sorry, they had Despicable Me on at work today. I turned to the bar and was like, what was the last thing your daughter drank?
Probably some water.
Her dad's bar. How old is your daughter?
It says she was 19. She is 19.
Yeah, her dad's a barman. I doubt it. Her dad's a barman. I doubt it was water.
Well, maybe. Who knows?
Does she like beer?
He says she tried it for the first time when we got our flavorizer implants, but not really. I mean, she
Connection.
alcohol.
Got it. she tried beer with the flavorizer, went crazy. The last thing on Crazy Guy's flavorizer was beer.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's get somebody else to drink beer, and we'll see if that works.
Ben,
But
You
all
look at
these,
the barman.
and he points to like his data pads, like, but all these people, they didn't just drink beer before getting to fight today.
how do you know?
I mean, you could try it.
Ben, I'd pass him a pint.
What? I don't even like beer. I'm
Don't
You
make
You
me
don't have to
persuade
like
you.
it, you just have to taste it and see if it makes you go crazy.
Yeah.
We have someone who can fix you, it's fine.
Do you have any idea what's in beer?
Alcohol?
Bread? I don't know.
I mean, yeah, you guys
No.
probably literally don't know. I
Hops.
mean, like,
Malt?
no, not really. It's all,
Yeast.
it's all,
It's
it's
all
all
goop,
Psi
isn't it?
engineered. You know, it's nano food. It's
Yeah.
literally no real ingredients in it. It's like nano.
It's grey water.
technology.
It's all in your head.
Yeah, it's like tiny little molecules of like nano stuff, which
Yeah.
are engineered to, you know,
Trick your brain into thinking it is alcohol.
exactly, yeah.
Plus, my flavor chip is off anyway. It would just taste
How
like.
do you know? It's not about what it tastes like, it's about whether beer is what sets it off.
Look,
And I don't want to do it because I don't want to go crazy, and he can't do it because he's the one that's got to save us if everything goes wrong, because he can just do that brain games thing.
look.
Well, look, I've tasted beer. All the other patrons in this place have tasted beer.
Yeah, he tasted
With a
beer.
flavor
It's
chip?
fine.
A few days, and none of them have gone insane.
With the
But
flavor
is your
chip?
flavour
Yeah.
chip turned on?
Yeah, of course it is.
Are you sure?
Yes. I
Ben.
can taste, kind of.
Check.
Yeah, I check his flavor
Yeah,
chip,
it is on,
chip
yeah.
and I ask
I mean, like,
about.
you can detect all the people in this bar, and they will have them on, you know.
Yeah, okay. And they've all had some beer.
Yeah. Or like, you know, beer. Or
Yeah, I
some-
don't think
some
it's
beer of some
connected
type.
to a flavor, but just in case, don't take it off of cheese. The doctor had it on, and it's a safe bet.
Set to
Grilled
cheese.
cheese or normal cheese?
Calibrate to
Pick out.
cheese. Or
I think it was
Dude,
cheddar,
cheese.
but it
Calibrating
wasn't grilled cheese, so just cold cheese. Alright, yeah, I don't think it's actually connected to a flavor. I think the doctor said it was in the fine print, so I guess. Did you guys read the fine print when you got your chips?
I kind of dig around in my bag to find the contract and see if it's actually there.
Yeah, sure. You can have it on you.
It is may cause severe violence in psychosis in the fine print.
Sure. I mean, like similar to most medication that we might get, you know, could cause like possible side effects, blah 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 blah. There's a long list, like including death and all these terrible million things that could possibly happen, which they're just covering themselves for in case it does.
It
and
happened
then,
to one person who had this once, but they were really drunk, so it might have had something to do with that.
exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's the sort of thing. There's like the small print, which is like Chipstop has like zero responsibility for this. If anything happens, it's entirely up to you. There's no government support for anything. The government take no responsibility for it. If by taking this plant you are agreeing to such
Blah,
and such,
blah, blah.
regardless, yeah.
Yeah, etc., etc., etc.
Yeah. I mean, it's not, like
Perfection.
it's not like you guys can take these guys to court over it anyway. So I mean,
Yeah.
I mean,
So
now
it's-
even courts.
Is there anyone to contact? Does it say in case of electrical fault, please contact
your
blah
local,
blah blah?
your local
for
Chipstop
pic-
doctor.
what that? We already did that. God damn it! I'm out of ideas, guys. I'm done.
Yeah, without going, trying to
It
figure out
seems
what we,
like
we can either go to the warehouse or we can go to the Fed building that she might be in and see if we can get anything else from there.
It seems like we've figured out like what causes these, or that this is a thing. I think what we need to figure out is if this can be triggered. If it's just like more than a side effect.
Maybe it's some kind of reaction with the body itself. Like, you know, some people are allergic to chocolate.
Right,
Or-
but if it's like that, then it's fine, right? Because it's already in the fine print. But if it's something that they can control, they can trigger it themselves, that's where the problem would be, right?
If they're doing that, there would be some kind of pattern to the people that are being triggered, like males over 20 that spend a lot of time in pubs, not teenage girls who like to drink WKD and kiss guys behind the bike sheds.
Well, maybe it's
Can I
brain
just figure out
circuitry and
if-
stuff, you know? It doesn't have to be like age and stuff.
Can I figure out
don't
if this chip transmits like signals out?
It doesn't, no, it only sends signals to the brain and taste buds to,
Okay.
you know,
How about a receiver? Does it have a receiver? I try to change the barman's flavor from whatever it is to cheese.
That would require a roll, but sure, I mean, it would be doable. You could, like, theorize that you probably could hack into it.
Okay, so I could hack in. It does have some sort of way to connect to.
Yeah.
Okay.
So all the information, if it doesn't have a transmitter, all the information they have about the patients would be what is on their patient information like form. So that'd be what? Name, address, date of birth.
I mean, yeah, but at the same time, the government knows everything about your lives.
Yeah, but I mean for the actual who gets which chip.
Yeah, they would have information on name, date of birth, age, that sort of thing.
When's your daughter's birthday? I said to the barman.
He names an arbitrary date.
Okay. When's crazy guy's birthday?
I look at his data pad thing.
Yeah, names different arbitrary date.
Okay. Same month?
Nope. I mean, like, you could probably look down the list and find some, but you've got a list of like 15 trillion
Thousands.
names.
All right,
Um,
is crazy guy coming around at all? Maybe we can
He's
question
been
him.
taken away at this point.
Ah, damn it!
He's no longer here.
Shit.
Yeah.
I guess it has been a while. We did go fuck off at the doctor's place.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. That's very true. I was thinking maybe we kept him in the van.
Yeah. As
We
you're
can
like,
stay in the van. We have sweeties. It's fine.
as Ben's looking at his data pad, or looking at the data pad of the John Doe, you get this little alert message pop up, and it's like a text from an unrecognized number, or like a cyber text, you know, a sext from a
Yeah.
from another- yeah, sort of cyber
What
text.
what does the picture look like?
It's like you know, it's pretty good. It's one of the better ones you've seen. No.
It has a face drawn on it.
Yep. It
World's
reads-
smallest elephant.
It reads, I know you're investigating the flavorizer defects. Come to the warehouse 9 at 11 p.m. and you'll get your answers.
I think that's Will's way of plot. No,
Yeah.
It's a
Nice.
trap.
It's on the.
It's a trap.
Yeah, it's how to. It says under here, chapter 2, killing the body. Read X text. Send them a text that says, I know you're investigating the flavorizer defects. Come to warehouse 9 at 11 p.m. and you'll get your answers.
It's a trap.
It's
I'm-
tough.
It's not.
Calling
We're
it
gonna
right,
go
it's a
there
trap.
anyway.
Look,
We're too smart to fall for a trap.
here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go into the net. We'll go to warehouse 9 through the net, check the cameras there, see what's going on.
How far away is it? Can we pull up a quick Google Maps real quick, or?
Hey, you pull up Google Maps. You know, it would take you like an hour to get there. It's
Okay.
not like the other side of this one.
How about we start heading there?
We should go.
You hit the net, check out the cameras, and then we can
Well-
convert if we need to.
All right.
Well,
Sure.
what time of day is it now? How long do we spend at the
Yeah,
chip shop?
it's probably like coming to afternoon. So if you get there, it would be late.
Okay.
Trip on the net doesn't take that much time anyway. It's just like it's
Okay,
instant.
that's fair enough.
Sort of.
Fair enough. Let's do it.
All right. So we go in the van for this because while we're in the net, our bodies are not going to be protected.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's a
And-
similar.
Is there like a unicorn
I
painted on the
think-
side of this? And a wizard?
No,
I
it
think
actually.
one of us shouldn't go in the net just in case, you know, someone realizes that there's a really creepy looking van parked around the corner and there are lots of
Maybe
kids
that should
running
be
around.
Maybe me, since I can persuade people and probe your minds if I need to.
Yeah, it's the sort of thing which is like, oh god, what's the film where they go to
Inception?
Thank you, yeah, Inception. It's like you go into this dream state, basically, and your bodies are vulnerable. Or like in Shadowrun, you go into the net. Basically, it's kind of Shadowrun's net, if you guys are familiar with that.
Yeah, and you guys would know that if there is something on the net that we have to fight, you can use your mental abilities in the net as well. So,
Awesome.
yeah. So I
Sorry,
guess, yeah, we
I-
could leave person.
I was choking on chocolate and it's made my throat really hurt.
Ouch.
Easter
So
problems.
bittersweet.
Yeah, such problems.
Alright, let's see. I have to. Let me see what kind of roll I have to make. Most senior guys use them.
Okay.
I think it's a focus roll I have to
Yeah,
make.
I think it's focus based as well. Let's just have focus roll and see if you're able to access the net. And how do you go about this? You can kind of flavor exactly how.
Well, yeah, we sit in the back of the van, and a little bit about the van. On the side, it's just it just has like a Buck Terminator logo on it, and it's like a boot crushing a cockroach or
The
something.
ultimate inconspicuous van.
Exactly.
No one ever sees it coming.
But on the inside, it's actually a high tech. Like there's all these devices that I would use for monitoring calls. Like there's a lot of computers and stuff, and I probably have everything like sectioned off so nobody else can access it. Because I don't trust. I mean, I trust these guys, but not around my computers, you know.
Understandable.
And I don't want them to touch my things when I'm in the net.
Afraid we're gonna find your girlfriend in there.
What girlfriend?
She's on the net.
Exactly.
She's
I'm not afraid. She's on the net. It's okay.
Kroger from
She's
Archer.
Yeah, more or less. So, and for this, we need to have contacts. I like take the hands of whoever's coming with me, and we sit. Let's see. What do I have in my focus? +3. So there's actually a table for if I don't roll well enough, I might not be able to actually take anyone with me.
So yeah, fair roll. No, good roll in. Internet waifu. So you you enter the net. Just the two of you guys. And you see yourself in this kind of different sort of plane, I guess. You know, you're accessing the world on a purely data level.
I imagine it to be like that episode of The Simpsons where
Yes. And then
where Lisa goes in to cyberspace to find her daughter who's been the rebellious teenager.
Yeah, it's a bit like that. It's a bit Matrixy as well, in that there's lots of kind of running numbers and stuff, and the walls are made up of the quote-unquote walls are made up of like data and numbers, and it's all this kind of neon blue sort of sci-fi stuff. You're like, oh shit, I'm in sci-fi. I mean, you could travel pretty long distances if you can access the right part of the net which you're looking to go to.
Yeah, so I guess we would look at what Warehouse 9, how we can access it. My plan is to basically hack into its cameras and look through the cameras to see what's in there.
So accessing the right part, it's going to be tough to find the exact right part that you want to. So maybe another focus roll.
Sure.
Yeah.
Focus or tech, either one would work.
Whichever you're better in.
Okay, I'm actually better in tech, so.
Dominic, I imagine Gwen is really tired at the moment now as well.
Yeah. No, they're actually the exact same. Oh, look at that.
Oh, yeah. That'll do it.
Wonderful.
Yeah, you know exactly how to access the right part of it. How's it going, Tiger? Yeah, the part which you're accessing, you can find this warehouse through the slum district. It's a huge warehouse-like district and stuff, but you can find warehouse 9 amongst them, this big building here.
Okay. And is there any like? Can I get into the building's system?
Yeah, so it's the warehouse itself is like 3 stories tall. There's only one entrance. It's windows like painted over, but they're not like boarded up. You can see like the kind of projections of what real people in real life are doing, and you can see there's a lot of like guard patrols. By the way, Mike, join muting when you're typing, dude. Thanks, dude. Yeah, there are like a lot of dog patrols going around. There's like a barbed wire fence around it. There are guards at the entrance. You know, this is clearly like a government facility. But in terms of breaking in, then you can access the system itself if you want to hack in, which will be another role because hacking into the system is potentially dangerous because it could set off all sorts of alarms in their like firewalls and stuff like that.
Yeah. So I ask Kendra to watch my back, and let's see.
I watch his back.
It's a good back. What can I say?
I work out.
Just very
really.
intently. I'm just like,
It's only
you
black
have a
leg.
really hairy back.
It's impressive. It is impressive.
Oops. Oh, roll. Yes. It's a
Nice.
wonderful roll again.
Awesome. So yeah, absolutely wonderful. Yeah, you managed to hack into the system itself. What does your like hacking look like? I guess how exactly do you hack? Is it like
I
like
guess
a tablet which you're doing in the net, and we actually see you like outside, like in real life, kind of like tapping at an invisible keyboard, or is it more kind of like physical? You like go into the stream of data itself.
it's like it has a physical aspect where I kind of like put my hand in the stream and there's like some resistance, but then I push it
You
in
cross the
and
streams.
yeah,
No.
the streams cross and it offshoots kind of.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know. And I just kind of dive in and go straight into the cameras and just like my body, there's no indication of what I'm doing, but suddenly in my mind I have all the cameras. I can see through all of them at the same time.
Nice. Cool. So yeah, you can see through every one of these cameras around into the building. You find like there's like lobby cameras. There's like a production floor where there's always conveyor belts and like robotic arms. So they're currently not producing anything. It actually looks like these haven't been in use for some time, maybe a few weeks or months. There's a production floor, platforms above which are like raised areas where like workers could like look down. There's even a basement camera as well, which it only shows a metal door, and there aren't cameras deeper within.
Okay. Is there anybody around at all, or is it like an abandoned sort of building?
There are, other than the guards around, there don't appear to be many people inside. There are a few guards in here with dogs. So they're clearly still like protecting the property, although they appear to not be kind of. You spend a few minutes watching the guards. They don't appear to be on like high alert for anything at this point.
Okay.
They don't appear to be expecting. You can probably overhear a few snippets of conversation. They're not expecting trouble. They're just protecting the boring guard facility because they have to, basically.
And looking at the door that there's no cameras beyond, what kind of security does it have? Is it like an electronic lock? Is there like
Yeah, there appears
like
to
a
be
safe door?
Yeah, it appears to be like a safe door, essentially.
Okay. Well, I get like a count of the guards and what kind of,
Yep.
I guess, equipment they have, and I'll try to find a place we could go into the warehouse that might not be as well watched, like if there's a window or if there's like a basement door that they haven't been watching very well.
Certainly, yeah, you can find that there's an entrance which you wouldn't normally have spotted, but through the camera, yeah, you find there's like a back door which is very unused. It looks like everyone's kind of forgotten about it, which is like padlocked and locked up.
Right.
Padlocked and locked up and like chained down, but you could probably get through it if you like took some like wire cutters to it and stuff.
Oh yeah, it wouldn't be the first back door we've been through.
Yeah, of course. Busted into. Am I really?
And this is why I don't stream with you guys very often anymore.
Because of Frankie. We blame him.
That's like good old sodomy.
Yep. Dwaynick asks, when I have a moment, can I relay the magical mystery news? That was 2,700 Yeah, it's the super sexy secret news that I am gonna be doing this full time, doing this for a job, and it's gonna be super fun. We're gonna double the amount of shows that we have. Hope. Give it in the next few weeks to a month. You'll see like a lot more shows and kind of roleplay. Evening shows. There'll be once before, so it'll be like 6-hour streams every single day, from Sundays to Thursdays. So yeah. So I am really excited. I'm just the most tired man in the world right now after yesterday. So that's nice me. So yeah, you know where the back entrance is, and you're prepared to penetrate the back doors. So
I'm done.
Right. Do I get any idea of like, do I have access to any files that might give me an idea of what was going on in this warehouse, or does it all just look normal?
Yeah, you would need to get to like a computer terminal to like kind of like manually access that. Yeah, 'cause that's not on the net. Yeah.
So they're actually jamming the net with their.
Yeah, I mean they've got like government encrypted stuff, so like there's certain amounts you can do on the net from here, and there's only some things that if you're in the building you could bypass that. Yeah.
Right. All right. Then at that point, I guess we just log out, jack out, whatever. We get out of the net.
Yeah, jack out. Yeah, good time. I think that is the Shadowrun terminal, isn't it? Jacking out.
Yeah, it is, because you plug into it. So.
Yeah, you plug in and you jack out. Yeah.
I give up.
Because you have a jack. I mean, that makes sense. You have a jack, so.
I get it. Yeah.
In this game too, they actually had virtual reality, a little bit of history, so you had jacks in your head for that.
Yeah.
But that was too scary. So.
Yeah, too cyborgy.
Yeah.
I mean, I really wouldn't want to put like an XLR lead into my head just to like have a microphone.
You only say that now, Will, but
yeah, give me 20 years, I'll be when I've been completely taken into the Borg, I will.
There you go.
I'll be down for it. See it now. I'm surrounded by 20 monitors, playing 10 different games of D&D at the same time, and all these implants into my brain so I can do it. Yeah. That doesn't sound bad. I mean.
You've started chat off now, guys. Really.
I mean, I'm also.
I am encouraging. I'm actively encouraging. Yeah, all the liquid today is water-based, my friend. Finland being jackless. Yeah, true. Can agree. Yeah. So you jack out. You're back into the van, and yeah.
The first thing Ben sees is me with a Sharpie.
I wake up, see this, grab a mirror out of my bag, and make sure he didn't do it to me first.
God damn it, Richard! This is why I don't let you in the van, okay?
Yeah, I gave her a unibrow, and he has a unicorn and a wizard. I spent most of my time on that.
I just kind of click my fingers, and the Sharpie, the lid closes itself, and it flies quite elegantly across the van.
I mean, the damage is done.
Yeah, I put some sanitizers, hand sanitizers, see if I can rub
it doesn't
off.
work.
God.
Nope. Yeah, it's a feature.
Hand sanitizer doesn't get rid of Sharpie.
Well, I didn't want to pull out my ace, but I pulled out some stockings and put one over my face. we're gonna be going in stealth.
Yeah.
So, if you guys want to have some extras,
But put the little reservoir tip on top. You know, don't pull it all the way down.
Yeah.
well, yeah,
Just-
I mean,
Yeah. Just foolishness if you do.
you want to give it some moving room because
Right.
you never know.
You jack
right?
out,
If it
yeah.
gets-
Yeah, when you're jacking out.
Yep. Of course. So, you guys headed straight to the warehouse? It's getting late. So.
Yeah, I let them know about what I found out about the guards and their weapons, and that there is a back door we could possibly use to penetrate through their securities.
Okay. So you realize that there's the fact that there's a back door which you could potentially break into.
Right.
Sounds like the best way to go into a building.
Yeah, and there is a door that we'll have to get through. I don't know how you guys want to go about doing this. I might be able to just electrocute it if it's a thing.
Yeah, potentially. So are you guys sneaking in through the back?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can run with some stealth checks.
I mean, we're sneaking like psychic sneak, right? We just walk up and he does his mind trick. Nobody sees us, sort of thing. Or
I mean, on that note, you'd probably know that like the government guards would have some defenses against the dark arts.
of course they would.
They would have, they've got like implants for making them good guards, basically. So
They have jammers and shit on
They
it.
got jammers and that
Basically, they're shit at their job, so they have to get a little bit of tech in their brain to make them
It's-
half decent at it.
No, it's basically the fact that they work like 20-hour days, and so they receive implants to make them stay alive.
Yeah,
Basically like
I
everyone
need
else
one
does.
of these.
Yeah,
I'm pretty positive this is going to be a
that's pretty
dexterity roll for stealth.
Yeah.
Oh, -2, boys. This is good.
They-
And a -3.
good. Oh boy.
like I said, we sneak
Yeah.
in like a bunch of
You-
psychics.
You're never sneaking when you're going in the back door, guys.
Yeah, you
We
too.
walk straight up and we wonder why his magic isn't working. You know?
You need
Richard, come on.
to, if you put the / there you go.
Negative.
-2 and -3.
Oh,
And
Oh, this-
okay,
And that's
perfect.
Dex, isn't it?
Yeah.
I only got a -1. I mean, I've got a +1 in Dex.
Okay, so you guys are approaching this 3-story building at night. It's dark. You probably managed to get through the first layer of like the fence to come up to the back. You didn't see patrols regularly
drove
going around here. Yeah.
Drove straight through the fence.
Yeah. Just crashed into the building. But no, you see, as you guys are kind of stealthing along, no doubt that Ben's doing his crawl towards the towards the back entrance. You hear like a and you see this the light, being a light coming towards you, and kind of like beginning to scour the area. And he's like, "What is it, boy?" And there's and you hear this one of these guard dogs is clearly caught scent of you. He hasn't immediately found you. He's not calling the alarm right now, but he is alerted.
I guess I could try to calm the pet down, unless the pet has implants.
It's entirely possible that he does, but the implants don't make it impossible for you to do it. It just makes it harder
Sure.
for you to do it.
So I guess this would be mind control.
All right.
A 0.
Mind control.
So it's fair.
Cool. So yeah, it's a fair one.
Tell
So,
him to bugger off somewhere else.
yeah. So the dog kind of it's confused on a fair one. So it doesn't understand why this kind of forces in his brain because animals. I guess like he's just reacting to like the dominance of like I am your master, you should shut up sort of thing, and it kind of like starts whimpering, and the guards you start hearing like off in the dark. It's like, what's wrong? This dog's meant to be like murdering people. And he's like, what's wrong? And so he's taking a moment to kind of figure out what was wrong with this dog, because this dog should be like, attempting to kill people all the time. And it's whimpering like a puppy.
Before I leave the van, I initiate the jamming, all my jamming equipment, to make sure that nobody can call in or out of this building.
Okay. Dragon Knight asks, "What is Psi Punk?" It's a game we're playing right now. You can find the links there. It's a role-playing game similar to Shadowrun. It's a bit like Shadowrun simple. If you don't like all the crunch of Shadowrun but you love the fluff, then this is really cool. It's like a sci-fi game, a bit like The Matrix. Got a lot of cool mechanics going on, and we are currently breaking into the warehouse to find out about these new flavorizer implants, which are making some people go insane. We want to find out more. So yeah. You block the signal. The dog. You have like a few moments where the dog is confused and the owner is confused as well. So what are you guys doing?
Run.
How
Also
close
checking
are
the
we?
time. Because we were supposed to meet somebody here.
Yeah.
But you
Crap.
don't know where exactly.
That's true. That's
I'm thinking hidden room in basement is probably a good place.
Yeah.
If you're being all sneaky, it's either going to be that or the air ducts in the roof.
Okay.
Just set the flavor to
Meet
cheese.
me in the
Let's
air
go.
duct.
That's the flavor
You
of
know the
cheese.
place.
Well, it's the tradition.
Meet me in the cheese room. You know where I'll be. You know what time.
How
Did we
close
lose
are we
Beth?
to the back door? Like,
You're like
have-
yeah, we might lose Beth here. You're a short sprint away. Yeah, she's got
okay,
to get
so I guess
Beth looks different.
I look at them like hit the floor. We gotta crawl there.
All right, so are you crawling?
Yeah.
Richard, yeah. All right, then.
We're stealthing. We gotta
Alright,
crawl
yeah,
there.
roll me another stealth check then.
Yeah. I think we should also do some rolls every once in a while. just
It'll
to
be
keep it spicy.
You'll get a +1 to this because the guy is distracted. Little.
Oh,
All right.
a 5.
On a 5 minus.
we
Minus-
want to meet in the middle on that one.
I'll roll for Kendra real quick.
All right.
Lest she get away. So she rolled really well.
And she could have even had modifiers.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys crawl really quickly as fast as you can towards the back entrance, and the guard owner and Dogley, they don't spot you as you kind of crawl across, and then they just walk past you as you're like pressed up against a wall. We lost. Just getting back. So yeah, you're at the door, but it appears to be like sealed. You know, it's got these chains and padlocks all over it. So how are you getting back? Yeah, she said the PC just died, so she'll be right back.
Chains and padlocks. How
and
barbaric.
Pretty hot, right?
Wow. I don't even know how to deal with this.
When you're guarding a back door.
You gotta leave a padlock on, I find.
Yeah.
But this
I
isn't
my
a
skills are
prison.
not that. So I would assume Kendra could. No, never mind. She's not super strength. She's telepathy. So
Yeah.
or
Well,
telekinesis.
looks like we have been defeated.
Well, looks like it's GG, boys.
Yeah,
There's a
alright.
lock on the
Good
door.
adventure. Go ahead and end
There
the
was a-
Skype call.
I was hoping it'd be like an electronic lock. I could just buzz it in,
Yeah,
but
this one's not
chains.
so simple.
All right. Anybody have a crowbar?
Does Kendra have any bobby pins? Start pulling those out and see if we can.
Sure,
Make-
she'll hand you like a hair pin or something like that, you know. To
Sure.
use. So ASMS. So what's Psi Punk? It's like psychics versus cyborgs. Think Shadowrun. Think The Matrix. Simplified Shadowrun. We're having a lot of fun playing it. It's a pretty fun system actually.
Yeah, I like this because I've always wanted to get into Shadowrun, but it
Yeah.
seems way too complicated.
Me too. Yeah.
It's this nice medium feel to
Exact
it.
same problem. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, I guess you
Alright.
want to like a dexterity check, or I have a 0 in dexterity, so I don't know if anybody would be better at that.
Okay. It seems like this is where our stealth ends because we got to go loud. Let's-
Okay.
So you want me to pull the handgun and start shooting?
I mean, or
You like,
my
you're like
my
it's that bit in Sherlock Holmes where like you're like fiddling with the hairpin here, and then he just like shoots the door open, and everyone looks at Ben like,
Yeah.
"What the fuck, Ben?"
Fuck, bro. God damn it, Ben.
I mean, all I'm saying is my expertise. I'm I hit a door with a chain and padlock on it, so I gotta blow through it.
Does it work?
What kind of door is it? Is it a wooden door or is it like
Yeah,
metallic?
it would be metallic.
Metallic.
Most,
Of course,
most
metallic.
most things in the world are made out of metal or plastic. Plastic
well.
and stuff.
Plastic.
Plastic.
This is this is the first time I've been shut down by a door.
It's always the doors that get you.
Yeah.
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 I
This is the first time a door has ended a session. I mean, there's just no way to go. Is it?
Yeah.
I guess I take out my gun and look over at Richard. I'm like,
I mean, I'm not above. I pull out mine
Not
too, I
above
guess.
shooting a door, okay, Ben? I'll do it. I'll fucking
Yeah.
do it, man.
Don't you fucking tempt me, Frodo.
Don't tempt me, Frodo. Gandalf gets out the fucking Barrett 50 cal. 360 nice goes to the door.
what kind of gun do you have, Richard?
It's a medium. It's a medium handgun.
Medium handgun? Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
medium
what I have too. Okay, I guess I'll just use my gun and shoot the lock.
Yeah, I guess.
Alright, he didn't even need to roll. I mean, the gun is just gonna melt through plastic and metal and drill a hole into it. It does make a lot of noise, however. So you know, it probably takes like 2 pop shots to get through this thing. So, and the door kind of flies open, and you guys are in the one of the lower areas, very near to the factory floor itself. You're in a kind of side office at this point. You've kind of just busted into that people would probably use as like a fire escape when it was in use. But yeah, clearly this isn't in use because there's like no signs in this office that someone's been like working here
Oh.
recently.
Can I?
Check
Can
the
I?
bill.
Can I? Yes. No. Can I? Can I like make thunder sounds? Create thunder sounds to mask the sound of a shot.
Sure.
It's a freak
I mean-
thunderstorm.
Free
I mean,
thunder.
I control electricity.
On my free action, great thunderstorm. I mean, you control lightning,
Lightning.
but
Does
not
that? Is there
thunder.
some sort of?
I mean,
Can I-
lightning makes thunder.
Right?
Right?
It's science, right?
I know. Here's what I'm doing well.
I mean, I'll allow it. It would be a -2 roll. 'Cause it's-
And I can't transfer that crit I got.
The part of the fence that looks like someone ran through it.
Yeah.
I'm going to direct a lightning strike at that as a distraction,
Okay.
and we're going to time this gunshot.
Okay.
And since we've worked together, he knows that the signal is when I raise my hands and I bring him down. That's when the lightning hits.
Bring the thunder. Got it.
That's, yeah. All right. So let me do
They call me
the focus
Odin.
roll for you.
Cool.
For the +3. There you go.
Oh,
There
fuck.
is
There we
lightning. There's
go.
a thunderstorm.
Oh, wow.
That is a astonishing success.
That's like the best one that you can. That is the best you
That
can
is
get.
the best you
Wow.
can
Yeah, that's.
That is
I
like
just
a
wrecked
nat
the
20.
fence.
Drink. You it's just water. I can't drink alcohol for another month. Yeah, you bring down this lightning. It's usually like as just as you and the sounds are muted. It's basically like your way of doing a silencer. I mean, like you've tried to convince Ben in the past just to buy a silencer, but he just insists on bringing down mighty thunderstorms.
This is like the one thing I can't make fun of him for. It's just it's like his last shred.
Yes, last shred of dignity.
Uh,
He's just adamant that he has to bring down fucking lightning storm every time. So
I mean, it's way more badass.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, there's probably several people in the distance struck by lightning as you bring down this storm.
Collateral damage.
There's been a lot of reports of like weird weather effects over the district, and
It's probably the flavor chip thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Fucking nuts.
I'm sure it's in the side effects.
Yeah, everyone. Somehow your chip reacts with the lightning, and now everyone's flavorizer tastes like cheese. So yeah, you bust open the door, you open into this little office, which doesn't look like it's been used in a fair while. There's a door leading out onto the factory floor, where more of these patrols of guards are going. Like you hear, I mean, because you've probably got some way to hack into like their comms a little bit, so you can probably get like over the radio transmissions and stuff like that from them from hacking into the net, and you know, like, oh, pretty stormy tonight. Like yeah, that keeps happening. Why do I taste cheese? As they're kind of patrolling along this gangplank above the factory floor.
Why do I taste cheese?
You ask too many questions.
It's getting cheesy tonight, boys.
You know why. You know why you taste cheese. So yeah,
Yeah, so what I do is, as we're going through the building, anytime, you know, I can detect electronics because of my psychic power, so I would know if there's like a guard or something further ahead. I would use that power to, you know, go into radio and be like, report in, sort of thing.
Oh, so you want to pretend that you're one of them, basically?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so that would be like a deception kind of test. So that would be on your persona again to
So, yeah.
trick them into
Oh,
thinking.
nice. I have a wonderful +0 in that.
Yeah. I was doing something. I forgot what it was now. Oh yeah, I was fixing my donga. Yeah, Will's donga had to go away last night because Sydney's mum came into chat again, and so everyone's like, "Will's donga," and so I had to. There we go. I've made my donga available for you all again. You can use it now. Still connected to Chip Dog today. Yeah, maybe it is. Nobody ever suspects the Chip Dog. Welcome back, Beth. So all that's happened thus far is that they've broken in. You guys have broken into the factory, and you Ben created a lightning storm to silence the effects of them shooting to the door open.
Yeah.
And you're now in an office, and the factory floor's ahead, and there are guards patrolling like the gangplanks. So on a -2 is that? Okay.
Yeah, I just go on comms and I'm like, Johnson, report in, Johnson.
There's no Johnson. Who are you?
What do you mean there's no Johnson? Report in, Johnson. I know you're Johnson.
And then you hear on the radio, it's like, we got a bogey over here. So it's,
No bogey, only Johnson. Where is Johnson?
Some kind of prankster. Let's go sort him out. And you hear like the sounds of them kind of growing closer. Kind of like, you know, because you're using a radio, they can track down whereabouts you are. So they kind of headed in your direction at this point. So, so it didn't work out too well, unfortunately.
Who would have known? I thought there'd be a Johnson in there.
Yeah, I mean there usually is, right? But
Yeah,
It's either going to be Johnson or
Yeah.
Smith.
Yeah, nobody expects a Johnson.
Yeah. Nobody expects a Johnson through the back door. So yeah, you know these guys are coming towards you. There's only one way out, other than like windows and stuff, which you could potentially open to kind of shimmy out and sneak out of back onto the factory floor. You would know that. So I'll draw a very terrible quick map on the Roll20s, just so you can kind of get a thing for this. Thank you, Mike, for the host. So I'll draw a quick and dirty, fast and dirty map. So if you guys are in, and let me take down this one so you can actually see on the stream what I'm doing. Let's go that. Let's go that. Actually, I'll move the trait thing up here. And a dice. Okay, so if you guys are in the warehouse, which looks exactly like this, that's the exact shape which is formed. Fuck me, why is my Roll20 doing movements?
Because it's Roll20.
There we go. There we go. So that's the warehouse building. I'll zoom out for you guys on stream.
That's beautiful, Will.
Thank you.
You should have done art rather than history.
I know, I've made a
Very
mistake.
crisp.
I missed my true calling, really. You guys are in like the little side office area here. This is like kind of main floor area with all the factory machines and stuff and the gangplanks. And the little basement is off down here and below there. So you're kind of needing to get from A to B. Yeah, that'll do.
That's a B.
That's a B.
It was a D, but now it's a B.
Yeah, been there. So that's where you guys are looking at. So
If you tilt your head and squint, it kind of looks like it possibly could be a B in some
Or an
language.
hourglass.
all right,
good
then,
hourglass.
So what's the plan?
Do we,
Think
I think
we
Richard, do you have any
run.
powers that can like put an optical illusion or something, like project in their mind that there's nothing here, sort of thing?
I mean probably.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I could also just destroy their minds.
Because given our stealth rolls, all I'm saying is there's only one way we're getting to that basement, and that's loud and clear.
So
I think-
loud, as in like we're gonna shoot them, or
Oh
I
no,
think
just
loud
fry
as
their
in we
minds.
just run.
yeah,
Yeah,
I think we
Run
should be as quick
from
as possible
A
and
to on
encounter what
top
we
of-
need to.
Yeah. Run from
Okay.
A round to on top of B. Find a staircase somewhere around there and just go down.
All right,
Yeah.
and just
Or
fry
something.
anybody we see.
Yeah. Or I can just throw them out the way.
Yeah.
all right then.
Quietly, if possible.
I'll make sure they don't hit the floor too loud. Don't worry.
That's good.
I mean, in theory, according to my character sheet, I can fly, but I'm seriously terrified of heights, so I don't.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. We've set an expert trap. We've lured them towards us. All we need to do is get in the choke point and mow them down as they come at us.
But the thing is, there is no choke point because it's just a square.
I meant the doorway as the choke
Okay.
point, as they come in the
Are there-
office.
As they come into the office.
Yeah,
that could work.
knock them out.
We lure him in with as we're searching for Doctor for Mr. Johnson
There you go.
on the comms that we brought up earlier.
I know there's a Johnson in here.
Yeah, have you
It's a
guys
matter
seen
of
Johnson?
finding him. It's always just a matter of finding the Johnson, really. So,
Yeah.
you so you gonna the plan is you're gonna narrow them into this doorway as they come in, and
I mean, I already set the bait with Johnson.
true.
All we gotta wait is for them to come out and figure out where the Johnson is. Yeah.
So, so they're running in. So you have a few moments to prepare, kind of dodge behind any cover that you might need to. And as they kind of bust open the door after a few kind of hard slams into the door, they kind of they bust open your front doors and enter very rudely with guns. There are 3 of them, and they're all holding these kind of submachine guns, which look like they can
No, they're
do
not.
a fair amount of work. So let's roll initiative. See who is going first. So yeah, maybe chat. I am a little bit wrecked. It's only been.
I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like as soon as the door is opened, we're gonna unleash our wrath.
Yeah, I mean, you
it-
have like the element of surprise on them, or the element of like readiness, I guess. So you have essentially been like holding your actions. So you get that.
What?
going.
How does initiative work? Is it just 40F again?
Let's yeah, and let's see what it would be.
With your decks.
with
I
your
think.
decks, yep.
There are some gifts that help with it if you have, like quick reactions or something like that. It helps with your initiative.
All right, so these guys rolled 0. So let's get the turn order. Who? Richard.
I
rolled
got
two.
I got 3.
Okay, so let's see we go first. I've forgotten your name, but I haven't forgotten East Coast Pirate One's name. Welcome, my friend, to the adventure. You are a gentleman and a scholar, sir.
Is that because it came up on the screen rather than the fact you remembered it?
Yes, yes it is. Kendra is your name.
Yes,
Um,
Kendra is my name.
Nate, that's the thing of running we're playing in 8 one-shots in a day. You have a lot of names to remember. I only need to remember them for a very short amount of time. And we have Ben on the -1, and these guys going here. So okay, so these guys are going on 0. If you guys haven't followed, by the way, then do hit that follow button and join us today in our adventure. We've just finished a 24-hour D&D stream, so we're But coming out the other side is the light at the end of the tunnel is the sleep which I can receive after this. Thank you so much to Mexican Megado for following. You are a gentleman and a scholar, so thank you so much. So, the turn order for this is going to be Kendra going first, Richard Malone going second, the guards going first, and Ben going last. But you guys have readied your action, so I'll let you guys take a surprise round at this point. For the sake, I mean, I'm not entirely sure there are surprise rounds in this. I'm fairly sure every RPG has them. So, for the sake of this, we are fudging the dice, as fudge dice system entails, and let's do it.
There is a ready action. You can hold your action, so we could say that their action was their movement coming to the room, blah blah blah, and our action
is killing them. Alright, so Kendra, what are you doing here? Three guys
The second
armored.
they burst through the door, I take their guns off them.
Alright, so what do you do? What's the skill there?
I'm going to use my telekinesis and just go, nope.
Can you do that to 3 people at once? Can you only lift one
It
item?
doesn't say it doesn't specify.
Okay, so for the sake of this and make it an interesting combat, you can lift off one of these guys' guns and throw it away.
Okay, does one of them look like they could be more in charge than the others, or are they all just kind of generic guards?
I mean, the thing with guards in this game is that they're basically just normal people forced to work here. So like, they don't have any. I mean, they're just wearing like standard kind of drabs armor and stuff like that. None of them appears to be particularly leadery. So they appear to be kind of rank and file kind of grunts essentially.
Okay, in that case,
So
I'm just
the
gonna.
usual 20-hour day kind of guys.
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
I'm gonna steal the gun from the guy that walks in through the door first, and then hit the other 2 over the head with it.
All right then.
I think you could use a opposed roll to see if she can actually successfully get the gun away from them.
Yeah, I think that's
So
right.
like,
So
she would roll her telekinesis, and they would roll
skills.
like strength or
Strength,
body
yeah.
or something.
So you got
Oh.
a minus
no.
4.
No, I got a minus
It
2
makes it
because I've got plus
minus
2 in
2.
focus.
Okay, so
Oh no.
oh boy, so he's gonna have a +1 to his strength, so see if he can hold on to his gun. So he rolled a 1, so unfortunately you don't manage to rip it out of his grasp. Like you
Oh.
feel it start to like come towards you a bit, and then he's just like holding onto it, all gruff,
Oh.
like, all stern, like. So that was Kendra's turn. Richard.
Yep. So I'd like to just go ahead and invoke my critical that I got earlier from Frags,
Hey.
and do some mind control and tell this guy that she just tried to trick, or not trick, but pull the gun out and
Yeah.
tell him to shoot his friends.
Awesome. So on a nat 20, this man's under like complete control. He like nods and then turns, and he's gonna start shooting the guy on his turn. Awesome stuff. So what is this kind of? I'll let him go now on the guard's turn, seeing as you controlled him. So he turns and he shoots his friend in the head. For I mean, it's pretty.
No, we're good guys. We're the good guys, though.
Kind of be cool.
Yeah, no, it's
but-
okay. These guys, they're mind controlled by the corporations anyway.
Yeah, exactly, right?
We're doing them a favor, man.
Yeah. So
It's all about that spin.
Yeah, thanks to KW Frags, you like control this guy's mind. He turns, like takes his submachine gun, and then just like unloads into the head of his friend who's like literally next to him. I mean, there's no need for damage like rolls and stuff at this point.
Yeah.
The guy is dead. I mean, like he wasn't expecting someone to turn next to him and just shoot him in the head.
His entire magazine is empty.
Exactly. Yeah. He's like, just fills the room with this noise and this shell as it does so. Kill the fascists. Good idea, Mexican.
Yeah.
In fact, as we were reading the history of this game earlier, the cybernetic stuff and psychic stuff was invented by the Nazis in this world. So, yeah.
Surprise!
Surprise! You're all kind of Nazis.
Oh, that explains my my patriotism, my fanatic patriotism.
Right, exactly.
There you go.
The other 2 guards are going to make some rolls. I need to look into the damage rolls as well, because I breezed over them previously, which was bad of me. But, 24-hour streams and all. These things happen. So let's look at damage in a minute, but let's go attacking defending. Right, so they're going to roll against the first one's going to be against the man who just controlled a friend, against Richard Malone. So a 2, and we need to see that that is it's a pretty good success. So a +2. Looking at things. Combat modifiers. We don't need any of that.
I think he has to roll a defensive.
Defense, I think.
Yeah, I was gonna say I also have a bulletproof shirt and it says +2 DDF, which I have no idea what that means.
Defense
So-
something maybe.
But,
So the
yeah,
way the
that's-
combat works in this game is the attacker rolls and the defender rolls, and then the difference between the rolls is what the damage would be. So say if the attacker rolls 2 and you roll a 1, then you take 1 wound damage.
and I can add that +2 from my bulletproof shirt to my dice
Yeah,
roll.
whatever your DDF is in your character sheet. there
Oh, okay, I
is
see. Oh, so it's a 1. So it
DDF
brings my me up to negative
is
to 1.
+1, and
Oh, so a 0.
Kaylin, so the difference between 2 and 0 is 2. Maths. So you take 2. So that's a like a minor wound. There's a wound tracker on your character.
Oh,
sheet.
that's right. Yeah.
And so you're currently at 2 on your physical track. So similar. I'll bring this over here so you guys can see. Hopefully you can see it on stream. Let's see. Oh yeah, you guys can. Perfect. So the wound track here, similar to some other games, they don't have like health, hit points or something, because we talk a lot about how bad hit points are as a concept. But you've got a physical track, so you've got a wound level and a mental track. So your physical track goes up to 2 points in that because you've been shot. But it's a kind of grazing shot because you're behind some cover, and so his submachine gun, as it kind of bursts off, you get like a round into your arm, which is somewhat softened by your armor, but you feel the blood dripping through it. This takes it to Ben's turn. So,
right. And how many guards are left that aren't on our side?
1. There's that one guy.
One. Yeah, I'm gonna zap him,
Nice. Pow.
and I get a 2. So he can resist with his body, and basically what I'm doing is I'm pointing my gun at him, but lightning shoots out of it.
Nice. Lightning bolt. Sci-fi lightning bolt. So he rolled a 0, so yeah, he's gonna take 2 as he gets lightning bolted, and you kind of see him like as he begins to just get lightning bolted in the face. His like
Smells
metal,
like grilled cheese.
smells like grilled cheese. Yeah, his metal armor isn't doing him any favors because it's just conducting the electricity. Kendra, it's your turn.
Is this guy still alive? The guy's currently being
yes, he's only taken 2,
electrocuted.
so he's taken. Whilst being electrocuted, I mean he's not by any means near dead. He's been wounded, but 2 damage isn't a huge amount of damage. It's substantial.
I am going to shoot him in the face with my medium handgun that I have a specialization in.
Okay.
So. So that is a 0 with a +2 for my focus, and then anything from a specialization. Is that another?
I don't know about specializations, but I don't think it's if it doesn't say any bonus, then you don't have one. I don't believe. It's actually
But
easy.
I'm using the weapon I'm specialized in.
Does it have-
wait, so no, it should add a thing. Shouldn't it if you're good or proficient in a weapon? Let's see.
Does it have anything in your total ODFs under your attributes?
Yeah, under
My
like,
the first-
total IDFs is +2.
Yeah, that's probably
Yeah.
from your gifts.
yeah, I imagine that's.
Okay,
already
so would
calculated.
that be another +2 then?
No, I think it's calculated into the character sheet already there because you're using the pre-gen one, right? So that will be
Yeah.
already written in there. Yeah.
So is it just +2, or do
Yeah,
I get the
just a
+2 for the focus and the +2 for the ODFs?
I think it's already in the ODFs, I believe. Or am I wrong, Kaki? You probably know better than I.
I would if she has a gift, then it would
Is it in a
have to
gift?
add on top of her focus, right? So yeah.
So
Sure,
in
let's
that
just
case, I got 4.
Cool, and I'll roll this guy's defense. So you rolled a 1. The difference is 3. He's taking a total of 5. So yeah, you shoot this guy. You probably shoot him just in the neck. You kind of tear a chunk out of his neck. There's kind of blood starts coming out of here. Like he puts a hand to it, and he's just firing one-handed with a submachine gun at this point, trying to like staunch the wound. But it's the
He's currently very hurt.
indeed our good friend Richard's turn. It's Ancient Mantises.
Yes. So at this point, the 2 others are dead, and the one under our control under my control is still around.
Yeah. He's
Okay.
on that nat 20 from frags. He's not going.
So can I just, kind of use my action to tell him to come and pretty much make him be my thrall?
Sure.
Yeah, I'll do that, and I'll make him lead the way.
So like, whilst these guys are still fighting, whilst there's still gunfire and stuff going through the room, you're like, do you mind taking me to the basement, please? Like,
Yeah.
where's the bathroom here? And
Oh wait, the other ones are alive. My bad.
yeah, there's one guy still going.
Yeah, he's very hurt though. He's fine.
I do like
Yeah,
that.
He's fine.
We're good. I'm a god, so it's all right.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you head out pretty easily. Like I like the idea where it's just like this storm raging around you, and you're like, I really need to use the bathroom. Do you mind telling me, Officer, Mr. Johnson?
Mr. Johnson.
Oh, go on, convince him his name's Johnson.
Yeah, that's.
We found him.
I will
Okay,
always
like,
address
honestly,
Mr. Johnson.
on a nat 20, he's pretty convinced that his name is Johnson, because you've got like total control over his mind.
Yeah.
And he's like, Mr. Johnson will show you the way. And he starts showing you to the basement.
Mr. Johnson is the way.
Yeah, totally. So that turns out to be the one guy who's just like blood coming out of his neck whilst he's staunching his bullet wound caused by Kendra. He's gonna shoot back at her in a wild kind of burst. And I believe there are rules for burst fire and single fire, which I should look at. So a burst is a +1, so that's going to be +2 for him in total. So it's a 0. So Kendra, you roll your defense, and unless you roll very poorly, he's gonna miss.
So if you're wearing armor, Kendra, look in your gear, and it should have the name of your armor and in front of it the DDF. Just use that.
I've got a reinforced vest with a +2 DDF.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Cool. So it looks like it should be alright.
I got a 2.
Yep, so you kind of you dodge out of the way and kind of soak up any bullets that come in from this submachine gun. So that takes it to Ben's turn. This guy is... And like a...
See, almost.
He's
Yeah.
not gonna live from this, but he's trying to take you down before he dies.
Do I detect any electronics on him that I can make explode? Like,
Yeah, he's got a flavorizer implant. He's got a bunch of subdermals and all sorts on him.
Well, I don't know if I can make like a flavorizing implant explode.
No
I guess I'll
tongue,
just
can't tell anyone what we look like. His tongue
Alright.
explodes. He can't tell anyone what we look like, and he might bleed to death. It's a good idea.
I'll go for the tested method. I'll zap him.
Alright, it's tried and tested.
Try it and test it.
So he's just gonna roll +1 as defense. So you rolled a 2, so he's actually
Oh,
managing
come on.
to soak up whatever electricity is carried out your way. He's just like gritting his teeth as like all his energy like raises his hair on his end. His like like, eyebrows are being like fried off and stuff. He's like clutching with one hand a bullet wound, which is pouring blood from his like jugular, and he's firing with his submachine gun. Like, to be fair, all credit to the guy. He's putting up a bit of a fight here.
Yeah, he's starting to like it. They always start to like it.
Yeah, right. When you find a Johnson in the back door. So it's
And all you taste
Kendra's-
is cheese.
all he tastes. You convinced
Yeah.
Johnson that all he can taste is cheese now. Yes, sir. So Kendra, what are you doing here?
I'm gonna shoot the fucker in the face for a 4.
Alright, awesome. So, got +1, he's going to roll pretty well to stay alive here. -1, he takes 5 damage, so you can
He's dead.
describe to me how he dies here.
I basically, I don't even look. I just kind of start walking away, raise my gun in his general direction, pull the trigger, and it goes straight through the center of his eyes.
Yeah, he just
I probably use telekinesis slightly to make sure it doesn't miss, but it's the whole nonchalant just walking away. It's just like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Pull the trigger, and it's just a dead shot, and it's absolutely brilliant, and it looks so cool.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
There's actually a little smile upon this guy's face. He dies, like the sigh of relief as he's like finally relieved of his servitude. Like
We're helping.
Like,
We're helping.
yeah. I mean, in comparison to like having to like serve 20-hour days or be in the thrall of Agent Mantis, and I think he's doing alright, really. Being convinced that he's Johnson and all he can taste is cheese is not a great.
I mean, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. Yeah, SMS Cord is working on a newsletter for the Patreon newsletter. So if you guys didn't know, every single month we do this really cool newsletter with some really sexy artwork and stuff, and a bunch of encounters, character diaries, secret news, even some super secret sexy news that we haven't shared on stream. It's exclusive to Patreon, so patrons find that out, and then the news floods back from the patrons, along with cool rewards like being able to give players nat 1s, nat 20s at a discount from the donation stuff, because dollars and pounds are different, as we have found out, and dollars are cheaper than pounds. Yay. Yay
yeah, a dollar's
currencies.
about 75p.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I think a dollar's 1.67 at the moment or something, pounds, maybe. No, other way around.
it's always been lower than the
$1.67.
British pound.
Yeah, so other way around, dollars like 1.67. So yeah, dollars, they suck. Pounds are the best, because the Queen makes them. So that's
In theory, the Queen made America too, so.
exactly.
Now, if a Canadian dollar has a picture of the Queen on it, what
Well,
then?
that's okay. But Canadian, like £1 equals like 500 Canadian dollars.
Yeah, they're
so,
like they're the younger brother, so they get that that special treatment. That's
Yeah,
all.
exactly.
We like Canadians, it's fine.
Sure.
Oh, I see how it is.
I like Americans too, it's fine.
Okay.
Miracles. So that's the end of combat. And Thrall Johnson is leading you. He says, "Sir, do you need to use a lavatory? It's here."
No, I'm actually all right. I actually just need to go
Sure,
downstairs.
sure.
I'm pretty damn sure. Why are you questioning me?
Sorry, sir. I'll never do that again.
I'll pick up the weapons that these guys left behind.
Nice. Yeah, you grab up some nice submachine guns.
Yeah, that's a good upgrade for me.
They're low on ammo, so you've only got like a clip left because he was just
Oh,
spraying around the place. But
I just shoot lightning out of it anyway. It's
exactly.
fine. Yeah,
It's just a cooler way to shoot lightning. Works for me.
it's just a prop.
Yeah.
So I pretty much want him to take us towards point B.
Perfect. So yeah, you come across this factory floor to past these machines that you can tell of, like conveyor belts and big factory machines that would be used to produce all of these stamps and implants into people. And yeah, you come to point B and you come down into what is a small little chamber, kind of basement leading down into a door, which appears to be closed and sealed, and will clearly need some kind of hacking to be able to get into this.
Oh, good. No more
warehouse.
chains and bolts, or
No more chains and bolts.
They ran out of chains. That's
Yeah.
good. That's good.
So yeah, he just leads you here. He says, "Sir, no one can get in here. We don't have access. We don't have clearance. I'm James Johnson."
Keep it down, Johnson. I'm trying to work.
Sorry, Overlord.
Yeah, I step up to the lock and I lay my hand on it, and I'm like,
Yeah.
watch my back, and I project
Sorry.
myself into it.
Johnson begins
And I'm
watching
just
your
like-
back.
Yeah, and I'm just like, deja vu.
He You jack into
Hair. All I could see is hair. Why is this?
He doesn't
Yeah,
wear
like my
any
trench
back to his
coat, there's
shirt.
a wind that sweeps it up, and you see that. I'm
You're not
wearing
wearing
a
it.
shirt up.
You only have like front of
You
a shirt
forgot
on.
to
Yeah,
put
he's
your
only got a
t-shirt
front
on
shirt on.
again.
You forgot
So
to put the
we
second
told
half
you
on.
to put clothes on under that trench coat, for God's sake.
Yeah, in the.
I'm jacked in. I can't hear you.
In the he's jacking in right now. So yeah, in the grim darkness of the future, whatever millennium we're in, there's only front shirts. Because you never turn your back on an enemy.
There's enough material for both sides of the
Exactly,
shirt, so
yeah,
you
yeah.
choose, right? Yeah.
His hair is his back of the shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
keeps
feeling
me
like it's
warm.
going to be a back day today. So yeah, you start hacking into the mainframe, the net of this bit. So you can give me some kind of tech roll to hack in without setting off any fire alarms or any firewalls and stuff like that. Because like whilst you're in the net, your body could be killed by basically, I mean, similar to Shadowrun, like they have defenses up, and if you, I mean, really well. So you see, like whilst you're in this blue laser text wall stuff going on, and you're trying to figure out like the right pattern of numbers basically that you're looking for, you do see what are kind of like cyber patrol guards, like these guys who have basically just been like sucked into the net to forever like work here. They're like programs, and that's basically what firewalls in this game are like guards running around who can shoot you and kill you, and if you die in the net then your body is fucked in real life. So yeah, on a 4 he's probably not going to notice you. I'll roll on a pose, see if he can spot you. So on a 4,
Ooh.
which is exactly equal, so he spots you. So he's coming very close. You're under a lot of pressure to like nail down this combination.
It's drafting here.
Exactly, yeah,
I feel on my
currently-
back.
Yeah. So
The hair tickled you just a little bit.
yeah. Probably getting horrible phone noises. Yeah, you've got one last chance as he's kind of coming towards you with one of these kind of like pistols
Right.
kind of raised. He's like starting to shoot towards you, and you can feel the pressure to
Oh
finish.
no, it's getting to me.
Oh yeah, it is. So on a on a 2, he like fires a pistol off, and you have to dodge underneath this thing. Just as you finish the right combination, you know, this like 20 serial number like combination to break through this door, and you kind of slam it in at the last second as the sweat beads, and then you can like quickly just like jack out in time, just as like he's about to shoot you and the bullet's about to like come into you. You jack out. You like it's the Alt F4 of
Yeah.
of this. So it's like you're oh shit, my character's died. Alt F4 like and then quick load basically. So you're like you've got some hacks. You like jack out and you're like. You guys see him come back out. It's not his usual like cool collected self. He's like sweating and clearly under a lot of pressure. And when you come out from it, it's like you've just come out. So your body's like, oh god, in this defensive pose.
I jerk, but I played cool. And like, I hope you took note of that, Johnson.
Yeah, sometimes when you're jacking out, you do jerk. And
Yeah,
but Johnson's
you know,
fine with
yeah.
it.
It's the backlash. You gotta.
Yeah, the backlash, yeah. Splashback. It's the door begins to unseal and open as you see it leads down into a darker passage below.
Johnson?
I look at Johnson to lead the way. I mean, I don't know if there are traps there. I certainly don't want to find. Oh, actually, I do. Can I detect any electronics now that the door is open before we start heading down?
Sure, yeah. You detect that there are several of these flavorizing chips within,
What flavor are they set on?
all on cheese currently.
Cheese.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. It's wonderful how that happened. All right, so I let the others know that that's the only thing I can feel down there. It could be something's blocking if there, if there's anything else.
Yeah.
I think we should send Johnson first.
I agree. Johnson,
I agree.
you
You
first.
should tell him if he sees anything, we should shoot it too.
Yeah, and shoot up like.
Okay. He has his orders, so he starts to go down. So as you guys let him go down. I remind you guys, if you haven't followed, then do hit that follow button and join us here tonight. We're playing Psi Punk, a Psi Punky kind of game inspired by likes of Shadowrun and Blade Runner and The Matrix, and it's pretty cool so far. We're enjoying it, I think. And if you like Shadowrun but you don't like all the horrible amount of 500-page rule documents that you have to read, then you might like this game. You can find the links for it here. We are there we go. Psi Punk is the command. There you go. We are sponsored to play this game here tonight. So if that affects your judgment on anything, then go ahead and then let do so. But we are having fun. It's good. It's good. And no clue what the game is. Well, the links are there. You can find the link to the Twitch channel, which Accessible Games have. They've got a bunch of games actually. This guy. It's not just the one he's written. He's actually written a bunch of games. And I believe as well. And I don't want to make this up or not, but I'm sure the guy who got in contact with me is the brother of the author, and I believe the author himself is blind, which is like impressive. Like he's written a whole load of really cool RPG games, and he has the passion for doing that. And of course, it's I'd imagine it's one of the best one of the best games to play, because like video games and stuff, like, you know, that's going to be hard to impossible, but the imagination is clearly completely vivid and alive in this world, so hats off to the guy. So yeah, you guys let Johnson head down, and you have like a radio comm with Johnson on, and so he's like, "I'm entering the basement, sir," and he's like, "Multiple hostiles detected. Got a few bogeys in here, sir. What do you want me to do?"
How many?
Few tangos here.
How many tangos?
There are 5 tangos, sir.
What do they look
You've
like?
been tangoed.
It takes 2 to tango, sir. But there are 5 of them, so one of them isn't tangoing.
Well,
Well, they are, because with him there it makes 6.
yeah, we'll get in there, make 6.
They appear to be locked in cells, sir. There's also a young girl here. She looks sad.
Is she 15?
Well, tell her a joke.
You hear like a scream from like a crazed sounding like man scream. It doesn't come from Johnson, and it comes over comms as well as just in normal audio. And he says, "So they're breaking free. They're out. Oh," and you hear like a tango down. I'm going down, so I'm definitely going down. I'm dead, so and
Oh, I taste this cheese, sir. Heaven is cheese.
oh, sweet release. As
Johnson out.
yeah, I'll see you later, guys.
I like how we're just standing upstairs. We're like
You're
looking
just,
at each other.
you're just like listening to this conversation on the radio. You're like tuning into the right frequency, like get it on loudspeaker.
I take off my hat and I put it over my heart, and you know.
just tell him to spray and pray.
And you hear the gunfire stop, and like these shrieks of what appear to be kind of people kind of gone insane. They appear to be the shrieks of people gone insane. I'm all too familiar with that after streaming for 24 hours yesterday, so yeah, Johnson would appear to be down.
Are the shrieks getting louder as they run out of said basement?
No, they don't appear to be running out. They appear, you can still hear the radio, you can hear like they're still like attacking the corpse in like a rage.
That's good.
Yes.
You know,
Johnson doesn't eat that corpse anymore, so.
it probably tastes like cheese too.
And I'm just like, he said there was a girl down there. Do you reckon it's the...
Most likely.
It's probably the grill.
Probably Irene. Harley, I think it was.
The real question is, how are we going to bait them up here to do the old choke point strategy?
Should we tell them that we have cheese?
Oh,
I kind of stick my head down the tunnel. It's like, we're over here. Come and get us.
yeah, maybe once they're done with Johnson, they'll want more cheese.
Yeah.
Alright, so you're going to attempt to like antagonize them with both cheese and taunts. Yeah, you kind of shout down towards them, and like you hear over the radio of Johnson, which is still live, but then it becomes like battered and broken. You hear like a crackle, like a and it just like this horrible like static and white noise that comes as over the radio as it's destroyed, and then you hear like them start to like howl and run up towards you guys. And as the first one comes up, I
want to create a barrier on the door with my telekinesis to stop them coming through.
Okay, but as you see them, they appear to be kind of normal people, like in these clothes which are just kind of torn and worn, and they look kind of their eyes are like completely like bloodshot and wild, and they look like the guy in the bar if he'd been doing that for a long time. I mean, it's pretty tiring stuff to be like crazy and insane and running and angry all the time.
Kill people with your bare hands.
Exactly. I mean, it gets you down after a while. Everyone needs a break. So let's roll initiative again. Let's see what these guys are. Agility. Is it fairly agile? We'll call them the loonies. 3. -2 for Ben. He's not the most agile man, bless him.
I mean, he likes to take his time.
Yeah.
3.
So between Kendra and Richard, which you guys would like to go first? Between the two.
I think she has. Well, you have a +2, right?
Oh no, I have a +1. My bad.
Okay.
So
Well, you're still.
I've got 2.
Okay, cool. It's best to add those rolls, that modifier, into roll 20, so it's just so we can more easily see it. The turn order is going to be the loonies going first. These inmates, I guess, or whatever they are. Insane people. Then we have Kendra, followed by Richard, and then Ben. So I'll top around. These guys run in. There are 4 of them running towards them, and they're going to make an attack against each of you. So Kendra, you're going to take 2. You're going to get a 1, so you can roll a defense. You can roll 2 defenses in a row, so a 1 and a 0. No particularly good rolls from them there at all. So a 0 in the first one, so you're going to take 1 damage. You're going to take a total of 2 damage as these guys. Yeah, unless you have any modifiers, which you haven't added in there again.
Yeah, I've got +3 DDF.
Okay, so like I say, add that modifier in there. So
sorry, brain.
No worries.
I've been at work for the 13 hours.
You don't need this need any implants in you, so to keep brain functioning.
So that's a 3 and a 2.
Alright then, so yeah, you're able to kind of ward off the blows. I mean, they don't have weapons in them, they're just like attacking you with fists, essentially. Actually, I need to find the stab roll.
They're trying to fist us?
Yeah,
oh,
so on...
guys!
let's move on.
Really? We had 10 minutes of normalness.
Let's move away from that one. So Kendra, what are you doing on your turn?
Can I see the person who I think might be Eileen?
No, they're running up the stairs. Irene was her name.
Irene.
Yeah, you'd unfortunately not.
Okay.
She's down the stairs. I mean, you'd have to like get down into the basement to see her.
In that case, I just kind of want to pick one of them up and throw them away from us.
Alright, so go ahead and try and pick one up.
With my telekinesis. Sorry, I probably should have.
Sorry?
Specified that.
It's all good.
Brain.
These guys don't have any DDFs. In fact, have 4 ODFs, which I need to add into the next one. Reading rules is fun.
Just a +2. Yeah.
Okay.
I remembered to do it this time.
Hey.
I got a 2.
2 is good. They don't have any DDFs whatsoever, so it's going to roll straight. So they roll -1, so they take 3. One of this guy is just kind of lifted up.
3 throwing damage.
3 throwing damage. So you lift one of these guys up, and you chuck him against a wall. You just hear him kind of howl like as you hit him there. So in fact I needed to roll more attacks because there are 4 of them, not just 1. So Kendra, I rolled a 2 against you. I'm going to roll 1 against Richard, which actually had a +4 rather than
Nice.
so you roll. He rolled badly though, so you rolled a 1 total. So yep, you're not taking any damage there. And Ben, you take a 2. So roll your DDFs. That's some bad rolls from you. That's no fun. I want to kill people. So yeah, you don't take any damage. It is Richard's turn.
Shit. I guess the next one in line, or whichever one is next to. Are they in a line, or are they already up in?
They're up in your faces.
Oh, okay, yeah. So the one in front of me, at the very least, I want to try to mind control.
Nice.
We'll do.
He's got pretty crazy mind stuff going on up in there. He's all sorts of
So
broken.
3.
Alright, he's got no DDFs, so he's just going to attempt to do it. Attempt to save. So yeah, you get him on a 1 level of success. So yeah, you realise that his mind is like fractured and like broken.
Okay.
He's clearly like gone fairly just kind of insane. Essentially, he's gonna lost
Sure.
that kind of thread. But you can like command him to do stuff because he's that easily kind of manipulated.
Sure. I'll have him attack the one on Ben. Ben's
Okay.
perfect that, right?
Yep, that's good. So let's make a note. 1 attacking. Oh, cool. And he'll do that on his turn. So Ben, it is your turn. There's one in your grill.
Yeah. I'm gonna use my my psychic power and form an electrical whip, and I'm gonna whip at it. Let's see if.
Give him an electrical whipping. What's up, J-Man? So one, he's got no DDF, so he's unfortunately just fine as you whip him just kind of ineffectually.
I try to whip at him, but I like whip the roof instead.
Classic problem.
Yeah.
So that was your turn. So top of the round, turn 2. These guys are getting more attacks in. The one is going to attack the one attacking Ben. What's 4? He takes 4, and the other guy has to roll his DDFs. So -1, so he takes 5 damage. He actually like just snaps the neck of the guy attacking Ben. So there are only 3 of them left, and one of them is currently under control. But as he like kills his not friend, but as he kills this guy, he snaps his neck. He kind of like comes out from the mind control effect, and you see him like turn towards you guys again and look feral and ready to kind of to kill. The one attacking Ben is dead. The other guy is attacked. So there was one attacking Kendra. Really, 2 attacking Kendra actually, aren't they? So a 7 to roll your DDFs against.
I don't think you can even DDF that.
I can. I've got
You can lessen the damage.
+3.
Yeah, but
DDF,
it's how much
bro.
damage you
I
take.
can match it.
It is astonishing.
It is astonishing.
Damage.
Four.
So 4. So you take 3 as this guy, and because it's astonishing, I'll give it this extra kind of effect. So do you have any like guns in your hand or anything on you? I imagine you might have a gun in one hand at this point. So he like claws into you and just kind of rips into your hand. He like bites into your arm, and like as this kind of like horrible, like it's just like human teeth like biting into your arm down to the bone, like through the fat down to the bone, and like you know your hand just reflex drops the gun which is in it down onto the floor. He probably didn't even intend to do that from a tactical point of view. He's just hungry. So yeah, you've got a man's teeth sticking into your arm as the other guy comes at you for a 5 to roll your DDFs against.
3.
Right, so you take another 2. So it's what are you looking at on the damage total? So you need to keep track.
5 to 6. I'm very hurt.
All right, you are very hurt indeed, and I believe Lowe's put conditions on you when you're very hurt and stuff like that. But we'll look into those. In fact, we'll look into those now because it's your turn. So, Kendra, what's the plan here?
My plan is to repeatedly hurt this man until he stops biting my fucking hand.
Okay, looks for me.
Or just kind of throw him. I'm just going to throw him against a wall. I'll just repeatedly smash him against a wall.
Okay. So give me that roll. And I'll see.
So if you're very hurt, the character is seriously hurt, possibly stumbling, -2 to all traits, which logically would be affected.
Okay. So yeah, throwing him and stuff is going to be affected at -2 on this one.
I just won't put my focus in because that is a +2.
Okay.
I got a 2.
Got a 2. So he's going to roll his DDFs from -1, so he's still do 3 to him, and you manage to like get his teeth kind of out of your arm. It does rip away some flesh as it does so, and he's like bashing against the wall over and over, taking some damage.
I managed to get my hand out, and he's still kind of hitting the wall repeatedly.
Yeah.
Just like, fucking bastard, why did you do that to me, you fucking bastard?
Richard,
Yes.
it's your turn.
Sweet. I would like to give the old mind control another round. So the one that she just pulled off of her,
Yeah.
I'd like to control him if possible.
Sure.
+2, so it's a 1.
Nice.
Let's see how that goes.
Yeah, let's see what his DDFs are. -3, so he takes 4, so you can take this guy's body.
I want to tell him to walk to the wall and just start punching it until I tell him to stop.
Sure. He goes and starts punching the wall. Over and over and over. Ben, what are you up to?
Well, seeing that Kendra's in trouble, I'm gonna try to get some of these filthy apes off her.
Alright.
And I'm going to shoot lightning at them and taunt them, hoping that they would focus on me instead.
Okay. So,
And 4DF. Never mind. What I'm gonna do is pretend like I'm helping her, but really,
And shoot me instead?
really nothing happens in actual fact.
just like shoot some weak lightning at him and be like, "No, don't hurt her, please."
Static
kind of
shock
sneak
rather
behind
than
her.
lightning.
Yeah, just hide behind her so they don't see me.
So at the top of round 3, we are at these guys' turn. There's just 2 of them left actually in fighting. So the one attacking Kendra for a 4. Are 2 left fighting? Yeah. Yeah, 2 left. The one's attacking Kendra, and I believe the other one's attacking Mike.
And I'm on a -2, aren't
you're
I?
on a -2 because you're very hurt.
2.
Alright then, so you're gonna take another 2. So see if
I'm
that
dead.
gets you into the next one. You incapacitated? You down?
I'm near death.
You're near death, so he just he like comes in and he's like starting to like bite all over and stuff, and just like blood loss from like the blood pouring out your arm at this point, and kind of scratches all over you. It's not looking fun. The other guy's attacking Richard Malone for a 2. Hopefully you'll be able to.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, you take 5 damage. That was awful. You
Oh.
take 5 as this guy. He just like punches you, like punching you all over, just like a rain of blows into your face and all over your chest and stuff.
Yeah, I am pretty wimpy.
Yeah, so it's not fun. It's Kendra's turn. You're near death, so you really want to get this guy off you.
I'm just gonna kind of make one last ditch attempt to use my telekinesis and just kind of push him, and use my telekinesis to kind of back up the push, just to give it a bit more oomph.
Sure.
Just push him off me. What kind of fuck ups do I have for being nearly dead?
I actually think you're unconscious.
You probably are unconscious.
Let's
We'll let
see
you
what
roll.
it says.
Well,
Not
yeah,
only
so this-
is the character unconscious, he'll die within hours without medical help.
We'll let you make one roll, just as you're like, passing
Yeah,
out.
as you're passing out.
Yeah. It's like, yeah. Down. So let's see what you got.
Just a straight roll, I got a 0.
Alright then. And you'll probably be at a -2 there, so.
That's with the -2.
Is it? That's
Yeah.
4DF, it's not on there.
Yeah,
Well,
Oh,
Cancels
because
out
because
the
you would have a
modifier.
+2. Yeah.
because it cancels out my modifier,
He
cancels
rolled
out
a
my focus.
-2, so he is sent backwards, flying back, and we'll say He actually flies back all the way down into the corridor from which he came to, the basement in which he was in, and there's just one of these guys left, and it's Richard's turn.
My turn. All right.
Yeah, he's actually on
Is this the guy that I told to go punch the wall, or
No,
that guy?
he's still punching the wall. For the purpose of the fight, he's out of it. But there's one guy who's still.
Gotcha.
He just like punched you all over and clawed at you.
Yeah. I guess I'll try to shoot him.
Yeah.
Just
Seems
straight up
like
shoot him,
a,
which I guess is my ODF is my offensive die. I'm assuming. 3.
Nice, and it's really his defensive dice, his DDFs. For a -2, so on a 5, you can kill this guy.
Yeah. Straight. I like in his mouth. Like since he's right up to me, I just throw it in his mouth and just pull it.
Nice.
And on the way out, the slide is going back, so some teeth come with it, and the brains are going out.
Awesome.
Should have used a submachine gun. Would have had burst fire in his mouth.
Yeah. So, his head like explodes backwards. There's just one guy left that's punching the wall over and over and over at this point.
Muhammad Ali.
Can we name him Johnson?
That's the question. And of course, Kendra is unconscious on the floor, and she looks
Right.
like in a very bad state.
I don't have any medical skills. Do you, Richard?
I do not, but I have knowledge.
No, I think I have knowledge as well, actually. I also have urban. Very urban.
So, like, it'll be a medical check.
Is that
I
a
guess-
skill in and of itself is medicine or something like that?
Yeah, medical checks.
Sorry,
Or a
correct
thing.
me.
Sorry?
Would it use any attributes?
Let's go have a look. Let's see if we can think of one that would make sense.
Probably knowledge.
Knowledge. Wait, no, attributes. It would be
Like
body.
I haven't
I guess maybe
body.
just to know the body.
I
Well,
might as well.
mind.
Mind would work as well. Yeah, mind probably. Yeah,
Yeah, I can.
Probably focus.
Let's see if we can save him.
it's just wrong.
It's 1.
Sure.
I have
So
3 focus, so
yeah, let's. Okay, so do you
let me
want to
see if I can save. Yes.
Yeah.
So
that's
you
more
kind of pushed me out of the way.
Yeah, I cauterize her wounds with my electricity.
Yeah.
Get her heart going again.
Dum, 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 dum. So she's like unconscious for a while. She's like gonna start coming around and be very groggy. But you're gonna have to like carry her out of here to receive.
Roll a
some-
d4, see how
some-
many hours it'll be before you come
before you
around.
can like function. Like your body has just gone through incredible trauma. Like no one gets up from that without the body like having a hard reset, basically. Or
But we
an extra
have
implant.
Johnson too.
But you do have
right?
Johnson here to potentially carry her.
So I guess I should re-roll to mind control, or is he still under my thoughts?
I'll let you. Let's just roll it because it's a one shot. So
Okay, yeah.
So Johnson just like he's like, picks up her her body and like lifts her over her shoulder, standing over the corpse of old Johnson. Johnson number 1. He like picks up his he picks up his like helmet, puts it on. I am the new Johnson now.
Look at me.
There must always be a Johnson.
Should we go down there? We haven't seen this girl yet.
Yeah,
should we go
we've
down there and try to
seen-
find her real quick?
It's not the Johnson
Absolutely.
needed. Johnson deserved. So yeah, you head down into this basement, and there's indeed a dead couple of these kind of what do they label them as in the book? It was a good word, which is better than like lunatics.
Zombies?
No, not zombies, defectees. Yeah.
Defectees, yeah.
So it's more like politically correct sounding. Than like, he's a lunatic.
It's a pretty sharp label.
Yeah, he's defective. Well, I think it's the fact that their implants
Their
may have
chip
had
is, yeah.
some kind of defect. So yes, you see down here there is two dead defectees, and in the corner, kind of chained up against a wall, there is the young Irene. She is clearly looking like them. She's like clearly gone fairly defective herself in terms of like bloodthirsty and enraged looking. She looks kind of mad.
Like 28 days later, kind of.
Yeah,
look?
basically, she's got like post 24-hour stream kind of look about her, and yeah, she's like chained up against a wall, and there's actually a man in like a lab coat who steps out, and I say steps out, he wheels out. He's in a wheelchair because good villains and that scientist should good Bond villain should have something which is like wrong about them. They should have some kind of hideous malformed scar or something, or they should be like vaguely disabled, and they should be English.
No.
Or they can't. They're incapable of tasting cheese.
Exactly.
With a white fluffy bunny rabbit to go.
Perfect.
I've been expecting you.
James would
Now, is his wheelchair analog or is it an electro? Like, is there like a motorized
I
wheelchair?
love that, is it analog? Yeah, it's we'll say it's motorized. It's like he's
Perfect.
He's motorized it.
I
and-
take over
You take it over, yeah, but you will
the
away.
wheelchair.
He
Yeah.
says, "You're not supposed to be down here. You're not to," and then you like start like wheeling us back and forth. Yeah.
Listen, Johnson.
Yeah. You get Johnson to wheel him around. No, yeah, he's like, so these are just the defects. Once the chip is completed, it'll be fine. It's just a few bugs in the process.
Really? Why do you have these people locked up here, Professor X?
It's Professor Xavier. So you see like the placard on his wheelchair. So he's indeed a Professor X, and extra evil.
Yeah, no, I just said X because I don't know his name.
Flavorizer chip, please.
There you go, right? I didn't know his name. He has a lab coat on, so he's obviously a professor.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's how that works.
Yeah. So yeah, he says, I'm here to fix them, to work out the bugs in the process.
Really?
Send this
Richard-
man down here to kill them, and look what happened.
Does he have a flavor chip?
He doesn't.
I mentioned that to my comrades, and then I look over at Richard, like, talking is just too much work. Why don't you just go into,
Yeah, you just need to relax a little bit, Sir Xavier.
I do a relaxing
That's
back
why
and
I'm
forth.
wearing this
the
helmet,
wheelchair.
Charles.
Because he's in a wheelchair, I just rip it off.
he just taps my helmet. Puts on the.
Ooh,
Oh damn!
6.
So I will give him some saves against this because
Okay,
he's,
yeah.
he's Professor X. He should have some bonuses. So he's got some DDFs against mental stuff. He rolled a 4, so on a 2 it's a good success. And unfortunately the defenses he has up isn't enough. So you do have like momentary control over his mind.
I want to ask. You're the technology guy, Ben.
Yeah, see if the defect in the chips are intentional or not, and
Sure.
if they're trying to mind control people.
Yep.
And whatever he says, I'm not going to believe him. I know he's going to lie.
Yeah.
Go.
Is the defect intentional? Are you trying to control these people?
He says, no, it's just a defect. We can't control them.
How long until you have a fix?
He says it varies. It only happens in about 1% of patients.
Still a lot of people, considering how many of these we saw were sold.
Well, the benefit outweighs the drawback.
It's vanity, but anyway, what is the fix?
He says, I don't know yet. That's why I need to be here to do my work.
What happens if it's removed?
He says, if the defective patient is removed, then they go entirely, and then he like motions to several of the like defectives. They can go off the deep end, but if it's caught early, then potentially it can be a fix. Yes.
I meant the chipset. If we remove the chip.
Yeah, yes. If you removed the chip early before the process began, then in theory that would stop the process, I believe.
But if it's not early enough, then the damage is done. There is no fix post.
I haven't found one yet. But
Do we get our
if
money
I'm allowed
back?
to do my work here, then I will find one. Wait, what did you say?
Do you get our money back? If we
Yeah.
return?
I've got a coupon. Here's my
The
receipt.
manufacturer's coupon, it never expires.
I'm afraid you're out of your warranty.
Ah, fuck.
God damn.
It's only been 2 weeks.
I guess the girl. Is there anything you can do for the girl?
So he says, like I say, I can't fix the mistakes. I don't think, other than give her medicine to drug her into a state of docileness, but her functioning as it was before is no longer there.
So it's too late for her?
Unless I am allowed to continue my research here, it could be.
So, do you guys trust him? I mean, he is answering truthfully.
Yeah. Well, it is in a wheelchair. It's not like he can run away.
It's like he's gonna get up those stairs.
And I'm
Oh.
yeah. How did you get down the stairs?
Where's the elevator?
He does an R2D2 and like starts lifting off. That's how he gets up the stairs.
Oh yeah, modern wheelchairs.
Yep.
Right, I forgot about that. Yeah, I mean I have full control
It's
of
like
his
when
wheelchair.
Daleks learned to fly.
Exactly, yeah.
There we
That
go.
evolutionary
convenient.
process that they went through. Yeah,
I'll know.
Good.
Yeah, I'll know if he tries to run. I have full control of the wheelchair. But do you need to work in here, Professor,
He
or
says,
can you do your work elsewhere?
He says, this is my lab unless you have another, but I imagine the dead guards might draw attention. Is there a safe house I could go to and perform my research?
Yeah, sure.
Sure, I'm sure there's one.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys
Yes.
probably have like a base camp, right? You've probably got like your...
We have a
Yeah.
van.
Yeah, you got a big van. The mystery machine where you guys
It's a pretty high tech van.
Yeah, perfect. So yeah, it's where you can...
Well, I mean, I guess we can't kill this guy.
No, he
'cause-
seems pretty valuable.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's kind of disappointing, to be honest.
Yeah. So you...
You could knock him unconscious if you want, but that seems
I mean,
counterproductive.
if I wanted to torture him, I have control of his wheelchair. I could just make him go back and forth constantly.
Just constantly sick.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
yeah, you let Professor X live, I guess. You kind of return to the safe house at some point. Return to the barkeep. Tell him news of Irene. Did you tell him about all that?
Well, I think we should take Kendra to the hospital first.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean-
that's true.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, I'm
No,
pretty
that's
good.
Johnson. I told Johnson to go ahead and take her to the hospital. I mean, Johnson Jr.
Oh, there you go. Hey, maybe that's something you can do with these people that lost their nuggets. Maybe you can just,
I control them all the time.
yeah.
I do have a god complex, so maybe.
I mean, it's either
Yeah.
you or the corporations. So,
So it might as well be me. I'm way
Yeah.
more benevolent. I am a gracious god.
I'm a gracious god. Yeah. So you get her kind of fixed up, make sure she's alive. You can tell the barkeep of Irene. He will pay you up. You do receive your reward, and then the doctor's going to continue his research into the flavorizer chips. But at the same time, production of them is still going out, and millions of people every day are still getting these chips into them. And so you guys know that at some point you're probably going to have to figure out a way to stop everyone from going insane.
I do return my chip and try to get the money back, though.
Yeah, of course, yeah. unfortunately, out of warranty. It's been over 2
Really?
minutes, and so yeah, it's just really a
So
small.
you like you get 30% of the price.
Yep.
I sell it in a back alley.
Yeah, they'll give you a new one for free though.
Oh, okay.
So,
Nice. I'll take it.
yeah, it just involves like ripping out part of your tongue to get the old one out. So so yeah. But we have been going 3 hours. I mean, that flew by actually. That's impressive.
It did, yeah.
I'm quite impressed. We actually finished a whole storyline for the one shot.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
nailed it, guys. So this has been Psi Punk. We've been playing Brain.net, the module within Psi Punk itself. You can find Psi Punk here. There's a link to the game, and there's also a link to the guys' Twitch channel where they'll end up doing some stuff soon and stuff, I'm sure. And there's a bunch of other games you can check out there. If you guys enjoyed this, let us know. Did you like Psi Punk? What did you think about it? Would you like to see us play it again in the future? That sort of thing. And I believe the author is also wanting to sponsor us to play some of his other games. One of which I believe is like he described it to me as like a Mario Kart RPG.
Oh my
which
god,
sounded
that
like
sounds amazing.
the
That
best
sounds
thing
pretty
ever.
good.
So, what are your thoughts, guys? Because you've actually played the session. So, Kaki, what did you think? Honest opinion here.
I think it's exactly what, like we said before, it's like a simpler version of a Shadowrun, mechanically simpler, which I really like. I love the psychic powers. Like, it feels so open-ended, and I could literally do anything I wanted with the electricity.
You guys felt very powerful, which was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, when I was reading about the things I can do, it's like you feel really powerful as a character.
And you feel
especially
really unique.
Yeah, for sure. And I think it's really cool that they've made a system that supports that kind of a character feeling, because
Yeah.
a lot of times you might just feel like, a normal, I'm a guy with a gun sort of thing. But in this game, it's definitely, you can get creative. And we didn't know the mechanics very well, so maybe that,
Yeah.
that got in the way a little bit. But I think overall it's a pretty fun system.
Yeah, and for like a first session of us never having played this game, or
Yeah,
never
for
having
sure. Like,
played
I had a lot
fudge
of
dice
fun.
before either. Like I like the dice system; it's fun, and it's pretty easy once you figure it out, and quick as well. Not having to make a million rolls for everything.
Yeah, that's
just,
the thing.
you quickly
like,
know.
It's so easy to figure out with the dice, because you're basically comparing two numbers, or
Yeah.
you're trying to hit a threshold. It's I think it's a pretty good system. I would definitely play it again.
Yeah, I'd go ahead and say I also enjoyed it. I enjoyed DMing it, and I'd enjoy being a player in it as well. I just love like I know it's heavily inspired by Shadowrun, and like most of my experience of kind of sci-fi RPGs is from Shadowrun and the lore of that, and so getting to kind of basically drop Shadowrun into a system with its own lore, which it's got its own unique lore and stuff going on, but you can basically drop everything that you like about that game and put it into here, and then have it work way quicker and easier than me having to sit through read through like a 600-page document of Shadowrun, which I have attempted to do, but I just can't do it. It's just so crunchy. Beth, what were your honest opinions on the game?
I really liked it. I think it's very much like Numenera. The whole,
Like the
it's
sci
more,
system,
yeah. I think it would work really well as a cipher system, but it's it's more story based than combat based. It's like opposed roles rather than the way D&D works and stuff like that. It's a bit to be honest, I haven't role played properly in
you haven't played games in a while.
not on stream anyway, so it's been nice to be back. And it was
fact that you could come back to that from a long time,
and the fact that you sent me the link at what, 11:30 this morning.
Yeah, before I slept.
I finished work at 8 o'clock this evening, got home, and we started.
Yeah, exactly.
So I've literally had no time to read through anything, and you can just jump into it. It's simple to get your head around, and it's a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it.
Mike, what about you?
Yes. I like it
playing
a
new
lot.
systems, you and I, aren't we?
Yeah. I like it a lot. I have always wanted to get into Shadowrun. I played the video games, but actually looking at the tabletop looked daunting.
Yeah,
but
me
this I would definitely play this again. I'd like to read more into it because, like everybody else is saying, like we picked this up pretty quick.
Yeah.
We didn't go too deep in it, and it was still very enjoyable.
Yeah, definitely. And I love the whole net stuff as well, like kind of Inception and Shadowrunny feel to the whole cyber world is cool.
And we didn't actually do a character creation process ourselves, but I feel like it would be really cool because in this system there's gifts and a flaws sort of system where you can choose some things that actually matter. Like the reason I could manipulate electronics was because I have a gift that allows me to do that sort of thing. So I think it lets you give your character some flavor that would actually be unique.
Yeah. It's like the whole with me. In theory, because of the telekinesis, Kendra can fly, but she can't because she's terrified of heights. So it's the psychic block. It's the mental block of she can't actually do it because she's scared of heights. But in theory, because she's got the telekinesis, she should be able to. Yeah. And I'd love to get into it properly and do the whole character creation thing.
Fun. Hopefully we get a game together sometime. Hope we get a chance to play it again. Braver asks, would you guys think about doing a FFD20 something like? It's on the list. There's a million games on the list, and new games that I want to play, and ideas for campaigns that we have for a bunch of new shows. But on Tuesday night, I want to hold a kind of, after our Broken Kingdom campaign session, I want to hold a kind of little community sort of meeting with, well, I say that, but I mean basically us talking to chat about a bunch of new stuff like coming up. We need your ideas and thoughts, and you can talk about some ideas for shows and stuff with us, for the new shows opening up throughout the evenings, as well as some other kind of community topics and stuff like that, which if you're interested in that sort of thing, if you're interested in the kind of encounter community, then come along on Tuesday night after the Broken Kingdom campaign.